Hello, baby gangsters. This is Calvin, also known as Omer, and don't mind Luca. We're playing Honkai Star Rail for the first time. Yes, my first ever playthrough, but Luca was also doing a little bit of a workout, I think, amongst this crazy dance beat in the background. I am really excited to see where this kind of pageant goes. It says Seabiscuit. Is that because that was the name of a horse, right? I'm not sure why, but it is an unbelievably crazy turn of events. I honestly a very good idea for March. Really good idea. Let's head on through this story and see what else life brings us in this in this year. It is buzzing.
That's right. This venue is a miniature representation of past time known as the era filled with boundless possibility.
Okay. So it's like a miniature version of this. Oh my god. I feel like if you're someone who if you're someone who gets nauseous, this place is not good for you.
Origami bird flying race, may attend the best results, tweet. Let's take a look at your wings. Oh, you must be hard to here to spectate races, tweet. But even if you're not participating, you mustn't slack off in your training. You'll be pushed around by the boss, don't tweet. Oh, there's another bird who needs guidance over there. See you later, my wingless friend, tweet.
See you later, buddy. Thank you so much. But yeah, I feel like any person who gets nauseous easy walks into this place, you're done. Like, look at this. It's warped. And again, it is very manic. Like, it's such a contrast to the very calming visuals sometimes that we have in the dreamscape. Oh my god. Ah, Jesus Christ, with that frickin' Soul Glad pumping out the top of it like a firework. I know they love their Soul Glad pop propaganda, but look at this. This is crazy. Bathe in Soul Glad. Look at this over here. The speakers, the bright lights. Look at that, I know we know Penacony does have a very commercial element to it, but this is crazy, isn't it? Now here's the thing, visually it looks like it's so bright and colorful. I'm not saying it's a bad thing that it looks this way, but it is one of those situations where I think it's intentionally supposed to be like you look at it and you're like, oh my god, this is too bright. You know what I mean? It's not supposed to be wow, what a beautiful vista. It's you look and you're like, oh my god, the colors and everything, it's so bright and I don't know, commercial. You know what I mean? It's crazy. It's very interesting visually. Oh my god.
Nameless, your arrival reminds me of the grand occasion when Penacony was first established. I was still a young, bright-eyed lad back then, lured here by the watchmaker's ads, full of zeal and ready to make my first fortune in life.
Oh yeah? Is that a Sunday and Robin portrait in the background? It's actually a very beautiful portrait.
Once, during a particularly grueling day, I passed out and was resuscitated by a drink from Mr. Sousa. That sweet taste has since been etched in my mind.
Man.
And that was what drove me to create the Soul Glad that we all
So you created the Soul Glad that we see
today.
today?
The dream-chasing era was truly a wondrous time. Oh, I miss those days and the watchmaker. Scorch Sand Hall is my homage to that time of boundless possibilities.
So that's what he means. It's it is a place of boundless possibilities. And I guess you could say that from this, right? It does feel like there's anything can happen in here and the world is kind of I don't know, it does feel like there's so much happening. But it's very bright and very loud.
I wholeheartedly hope you make it to the finish and emerge as the next superstars of Penacony. Now then, is there anything you'd like to say before the competition officially begins?
We are the girl crew. We're gonna win anyway. Nah, we'd win.
That's the trailblazing spirit. How about you, Miss March?
Yeah, how are you feeling, March?
Hello, everyone! Let's get ready for the Mega Mart 7th Adventure, where I'm going to break the speed run world record!
Yes, she is. Yes, she is.
Trailblazing into the uncharted and challenging the limits. That's Miss March 7th for you. How about Miss Firefly?
I love how enthusiastic March was there.
I hope that by the end of this journey, everyone will have achieved the outcome that they hoped for.
Yeah! 100%. And honestly, again, from Firefly, someone who does want to achieve the outcome she's hoping for, she's such a sweetheart. She really is.
A wonderful wish. Miss Himiko, What are you expecting from your team?
Like she's the coach.
Safety first, everyone.
Oh my god. I always think like they did such a good job. This is like one of the first designs you see in the game is Himiko, right? It's one of the earliest designs. And like it's crazy how perfect it is already, you know what I mean? Like even like the way that they do like her like slight touches of makeup and stuff like that as well, like even like the little bit of shadow and stuff like it's so perfect. It's a perfect character design.
Simple words, but full of warmth. Waiting for you are 3 stages, each connected to that era. The first 2 stages offer 2 distinct paths to choose from, with unique challenges on each route.
Okay.
And in the last stage, you will face off against a champion who has defended the title to this very day. A
Okay.
beloved contender whose noble virtues are unrivaled.
So they've been like the ultimate pageant winner every single time.
Those are the rules. Simple. Everyone clear? Now, I hereby announce that the 33rd Scorch Sand Festival of the 20th season, sponsored by Soul Glad Enterprises,
Gotta get that in.
has started.
Gotta get that endorsement in. I'm excited to see what happens here, right?
Everyone, as the Charmony Festival is drawing closer, we must reach the end as quickly as possible.
100%.
Factoring in efficiency and safety, splitting up into 2 groups is the best choice.
Well, this is actually like a really fortunate because I was thinking to myself like, who would I want to go with? And I'm like, any of these gals. I have no problem traveling with.
March and I haven't known Miss Firefly for too long.
Makes
and
sense.
Aren't overly familiar with her. It'd probably be better if the 2 of you
Makes
played it.
perfect sense. No problem with that whatsoever.
Fine by me. Let's do it.
Firefly and Stell's journey. Himiko and March's journey.
All right. I don't have a problem with that.
Lovely. Enough chit-chat, let's do this. Say what now? I have to pair with Firefly, there's no catch? Wait, what? Oh, no, I get to... Oh, that's so cute. I get to pair with Firefly, there's no catch. It'll be shooting with me around. Hold up. Has anyone even asked... Oh, no, I was going to say this.
We'll split into the assigned groups then. Let's not waste time.
I love that we're like, whoa, we get to be with Firefly? She's a sweetheart among sweethearts, honestly. Okay, so... Yeah, this is crazy, right? And again, like I said, it's supposed to be crazy. It's supposed to like be like, oh my god, this is like, it's like, oh, this is a bit too much. You know what I mean? It's very interesting. It's like a pinball. Yeah, it's a pinball machine over here.
Welcome to the first stage of Soul Glad Enterprises' 33rd Scorch Sand Festival of the 20th season, Dream Play Fantasia. In this stage, you can choose between 2 challenges, the School of Acting or School of Action.
Interesting.
In the School of Acting challenge, you have to complete 3 performances from 3 scripts.
Can we
and
actually do
move
that?
The panel judges. In the School of Action challenge, you have to defeat 3 groups of enemies convincingly and reach the end.
Do we actually get a choice?
Now, make your choice.
There it is. Okay. How do we choose? Select which stage you want to pick? Oh, they're probably over here. Select challenge arena. Because I want to do the, I definitely want to do the acting, right? For sure. Oh my god, this cutscene as well. I definitely would want to do the acting one. How do we just... Oh, press the button on the tracks and select the challenge arena to go to. So which one is this? How do you know which one is which? Oh, okay, sorry. There we go. Let's go. Yeah, let's do, wait, why not? We can fight anytime. We can fight any time of the day. Let's try this out.
For those who dare to dream, welcome to the School of Acting stage.
You see, like it is like it encapsulates what a day of a dream for sure.
Move the judges with your heartfelt performance. The next cosmic star of Penacony could be you.
And like, let's just be honest. I think intentionally so. Like, this is supposed to be a little bit tacky. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, it's cool to look at all these TVs and it's a cool idea, right? But like, I think it's intentionally supposed to be kind of like extravagant and over the top. Like, and that's what I'm getting from this. I don't think when I say tacky, I don't mean like it's not cool to look at, right? It's really interesting to look at, but I think it is like supposed to be like so over the top.
Competitors, allow me to introduce the rules of this challenge to you.
Sure.
There are 3 stages up ahead. On each, you will find an outline of a script. These 3 scripts were written by the legendary filmmaker, The Watchmaker, and depict various stories from Penacony's era of pioneering.
Okay.
Your task is to bring those moments to life, find the right words, and act convincingly to make the judges feel the script's intended emotions. Oh, I wish you a successful performance.
I'm very excited for this.
Trivia. The record score for this stage is held by a participant with fiery red hair.
Fiery red
His
hair.
exceptional performance brought even the strictest judge to tears. It's like he wasn't even acting at all.
Argenti?
We are running out of time, so let's get this over with quickly.
I was thinking like Argenti, like, because again, he would seem like an actor, right? He's very like extravagant himself. Now they're giving us this stuff, so I wonder is there going to be like a battle at some point, possibly?
Just take a look at this pair. Such stark quality. Since you come as a pair, I'll prep a 2-person scene for you.
Thank you.
You two, are you ready?
As I'll ever be, I suppose. Ready?
Envision that you both, driven by the spirit of exploration, are arriving at the land of dreams that is Penacony for the first time. But instead of lush lands, you find yourselves amidst swirling sands and desolation, far from the paradise the Watchmaker described.
I love she's like setting the scene for us now as well.
You're driving an old clunker through the wilderness of the dreamscape, braving the cold wind, choking on the dust, and suddenly, a fierce memory zone meme blocks your path.
Okay, and again, like this is like what you kind of have to do sometimes when you're setting up an actor, even for like a read or something, right? You have to kind of like, you know, I know the script can set the tone too as well, but like, you know, like you need to like get people. It's more like for stage plays as well, because I feel like, you know, I feel like nowadays they have to do more because like more things are green screen than ever before. But like, yeah, like you have to like set up a scene and like for the emotions as well. You know how this person should be feeling. You know the you know, even to hear like choking on the dust. That's so perfect to let people understand like how, you know, you could feel in this moment or what you would be feeling in this moment.
Now, Miss Greyhair, what line would you deliver to express
Miss
your
Greyhair?
disappointment in Penacony?
We both got gray hair. Great, a lovely on the wild side, a brutish creature. Quick, let's run over. What a tarnation is this hellhole? The Watchmaker's a big fat liar. Which one is best? This one is disappointment, right?
Very good.
Yeah.
Now, though you're disappointed, your screen partner is conversely very enthusiastic. Now, young lady, you will say...
What are you gonna say?
This is great! I love living on the wild side!
Oh my god. So gentle.
Very good, very intense. And then we cut to the story's next scene.
This is very cute.
You find a job mending the rails, but the days are long and your endurance can't keep up, and you finally collapse in the endless expanse of desert. Suddenly, sweet rain falls from the sky, wetting your lips and rousing your spirits.
Okay, cool. This is good.
Now, Miss Greyhair, what line will best express your surprise at this moment?
So they're giving us keywords like surprise, right? So, oh, Penacony, my Penacony, you truly abound with opportunities. Just let me die of thirst instead. Perhaps you were never meant to succeed. This is surprise, right?
But at this moment, your partner
Oh, maybe not.
gazes into the sky, both her eyes closed. The raindrops fall, blurring her vision, and she tragically says,
Perhaps we were never meant to succeed. Right?
Oh my god, her acting is so fun. Like, because she is so adorable already. And so, like this little, like, the unsureness she has is, like, actually very cute.
Fantastic! Both of you
Okay.
have an incredibly solid foundation in dialogue delivery. However, lines aren't everything in a performance. Please continue this story on the second stage. Up next, you'll be challenged with a body language test.
Let's go. This is fun.
I hope these tests won't take too long.
Oh my god, Firefly's already been nervous. Understandably so. If you're not used to acting, like, this stuff would be, like, kind of very nerve-wracking. But, like, I think it's fun. I think it is fun so far. Like, it's a really great idea. It's a really great idea. Oh, chest over here. Especially since, like, it's an interesting way to do, because this feels like it is a... Oh, it's not. Okay, I thought it was gonna be like a domain. Interesting. It feels like a dungeon though, or it feels like a domain in some way, but I guess like it isn't actually like one of those things because you probably want us to be able to travel out here if we want to be able to travel out here. But like, I love those type of mini games. I love the idea of like having to guess which is the right option and like also just like having to ascertain what someone's words are. But also we're just having like a really fun time acting it. Like you get to see like Firefly's personality here as well. I think Stella's the type of character that is so like weird that you would just go for it. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Here, you two are required to skillfully utilize body language to portray the story context I've laid out for you.
Okay.
Picking up from where we left off, a heavy downpour saves you both stranded in the desert. This rain quenches the anger in your heart. You look to your companion, now completely devoid of fighting spirit, wanting to comfort her.
So you have to do something comforting?
At this moment, what should you do to make her laugh?
I love the Firefly look to us like, hey, are you gonna make me laugh? Pat her head, tell a dad joke, stand up and prepare to move out, roll about in the sand. I'd say tell a dad joke, but like I feel like maybe Firefly's the one type to go like, okay, so it's either roll in the sand or tell a dad joke. It's body language though, right? It's body language.
What?
Right answer.
Okay, she did laugh. I missed her laugh though.
In the sand and thinks about the arduous obstacles along this journey. She can't help but let loose a laugh, rekindling hope in her heart. And so this girl...
So, wait, no, not skip current dialogue. Sorry, wrong button. We want to hear Firefly's laugh.
What?
Oh, she's so sweet.
I'm gonna get back on my feet and keep moving forward.
Hell yeah.
A tug at the heart.
She's so good, isn't she?
The story continues to develop. The heavy rain leads you both to sense a business opportunity. So you start venturing into the umbrella industry. But just as the business begins to pick up, competitors start flooding the market with low-priced goods, squeezing your market share.
Take out the bat then. Can you praise Firefly even more though? She's doing a really good job.
You have no choice. The goods you stockpiled at high prices have to be sold at a loss.
Oh, for real?
This is a pretty self-destructive move, which drives your business to the brink of bankruptcy. At this moment, what would you, who refuses to admit defeat, decide
Wait,
to
so,
do?
like, I think this is something a business might do if they have no other option, right? Which is, like, it's a way to, like, you take a loss to try and, like, make a future gain, like, with business, but, like, I don't know. So, leave dejectedly. So someone who refuses, so stand up and smack the table. Yeah. Here we go. Oh, I love she puts her hands on her hips. You slam the table and rise up. I think that you think they'll they think you'll back down. Impossible. Dream chasers can't be knocked down, but never knocked out.
Fantastic. But it's a pity your friend does not agree.
Okay.
Seeing that you're up to your eyeballs in debt, she sees nothing but despair in her future. And then...
This is such like a fun little mini game. It's such a fun little mini game.
I leave Penacony in utter disappointment. Is that okay?
Oh no, don't worry about it. You just be confident. You're doing great.
Of course.
You're doing fantastic.
Absolutely. I was this close to tears. Both of you possess exceptional acting talent.
They're really fantastic, aren't they?
However, the true test is yet to come. You're about to encounter the harshest judge this show has ever seen. You'll need to rely on perfect performances if you want to win them over.
Buddy, I've seen Boys Planet. I've seen harsh judges. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it whatsoever. I've seen the harshest of judges. We're gonna be fine. But still, yeah, like it's not to be like, again, I don't take it too seriously with this stuff, and I think that's what's so fun about it because we know we're gonna have more serious moments before this and after this. So it's always nice to have these moments where we're like just having this like little acting mini game with Firefly, and especially like, you know, getting to like see Firefly's personality like try to like express herself through this acting, and it comes out like very sweet because she's like not, you know, she's not like Estelle. The only reason Estelle is probably doing it more confidently is because Estelle will root through trash in front of someone. Like, not even joking, like, Estelle could, like, have someone that she loves and thinks is really cute and really handsome or really beautiful or really pretty, right in front of her, right? And she would root through the trash. You know what I mean? So she's not caring about this stuff. But obviously, Firefly is someone who, like, is not used to even being herself all the time because she has the Sam suit on. So it leads to, like, a more of, like, a timid performance as well. Okay, the final thing.
Welcome to the final stage. Actually, all the scenarios that you previously encountered were all from the film Once Upon a Time in Dreams.
Oh, wow.
Two companions arrive on Penacony with nothing but a dream. Their desire for achievement is met with continuous setbacks. Ultimately, one continues on, despite spiraling into debt, while the other concedes defeat and leaves.
Is that the end?
Many years later,
Okay.
their paths cross once more
The Firefly.
in the thriving Penacony. Yet, they refuse to acknowledge each other because...
Sorry for interrupting you, lady, but Stell's hair is also so pretty, right? And sometimes you need to see it at the right angle, but I think it's always so pretty. I fell into poverty while she's leading a normal life. I'm leading a normal life, but she ended up destitute. I became a big shot, but she ended up in destitute. I fell into poverty while she's leading a normal life. I think it's probably the way to, like, maybe...
Against the backdrop of a revitalized Penacony, the joy of reunion mixes with the sorrow of past separation, the awkwardness of being strangers, and the shyness of a long-awaited encounter, all converging at this very moment. Give it a shot. Try and convey this bittersweet scene to me. Bring it to life with precise and emotive acting.
Sure.
Is this ever going to end? I know. Why don't you try that clockwork thing you used before?
With the memory stuff, like, or changing their emotions? Wait, we're just literally changing your emotions? Oh my god, okay, let's go. Fine. We know this is not the, like, I think the morality of this is always in question, but, like, let's go.
Your performance is far from satisfactory.
Your judging is far from satisfactory. Firefly, change the plan. Get her. Firefly, grab her. You're lucky. You're lucky Firefly's not in a grabbing mood today, because if she grabbed your legs and then I took out my bat, it'd be over. Okay, it'd be done. All right? Why, you gonna hit me? No. I was gonna hit the ground and scare you. I don't know what I've done after that, but we'd see. We'd see what happens after that. So we should make her sad because the emotions for the show. What'd you think of her? Do you like it?
Huh? We haven't even done anything.
Well, you suggested it, Firefly. Like,
It's so...
you suggested it.
touching. Your portrayal outdoes the original. It's simply...
Oh my god, the voice acting.
beautiful.
Thank you, we try.
We have passed the test.
Yes.
We gotta hurry up. Stellaron is at stake.
And I guess that's what's so nice with this stuff too, is we're about to go into some more serious stuff, right? For sure. But like that's what's needed sometimes in this type of stuff, right? It's like this like fun stuff along the side that, like, you know, makes the more serious stuff even more dramatic. I think that's a good way of going about it sometimes with this stuff, is that like it's like you have a really oh, look at this. What's this? A film maybe? Oh, it's music. Okay. Me picking these up 20 times during this whole playthrough and being like, watch this. But yeah, like this really fun mini game with the backdrop of a mission that we're doing, knowing that things are going to get serious. Oh my god, look at this as well. Is that Into the Black Hole?
Both of you for clearing the stage, but more importantly, are you having fun? Fun is more important than success. Look at the time. You finished much faster than that red-haired contestant did.
Who is the red-haired? Is that? Because I'm thinking about the red-haired characters. We know Luca. We know one of the Everflame Mansion people. We know Argenti. I'm trying to think what our red hair characters are fiery.
That red-haired contestant. Who is that exactly?
You'll find out eventually, but only if you clear
So it's
the
a
next
mystery?
test first. Welcome to the second stage of the 33rd Scorch Sand Festival in the 20th season, sponsored by Soul Glad Enterprises.
Again, they have to get that sponsor in.
Gunfire time! You have the option to choose Gunfire and undergo Brother Hanu's trial, or Time, where you'll face Clockie's trial.
Interesting. Okay, I definitely choose Clockie, right?
Now, make your choice.
Because I like the Clockie stuff more than I like the Hanu stuff, for sure. So that makes sense for us to choose the Clockie thing. But yeah, like, so whoever this red-haired character is, like, again, I'm taking the red-haired characters we know, and that's Argenti, Luca, the one from the Everflame Mansion, Himiko, right? That's the red-haired characters that we know. I don't think there's anyone else, like, in our characters there, right? And again, it's 100% a fact that I could be missing someone, unless you're talking about you count her as red hair, but I say purple. Unless you count Kafka. But I don't know. This is really great. This is really great. I'm actually very into this. I think it's such a good idea. I appreciate it. So let's see. So this one would be Gunfire Time Trial. This one would be... Is the time one? That's Clockie, right? That's Clockie's one. Yeah. Right? It is. Okay, it's Clockie's one.
Friends, welcome to the wonderful world created by the Watchmaker.
The excitement in his voice.
Awaiting you ahead is the titular character from the beloved Clockie animation, Clockie!
Yeah, and again, you know, Penacony is so much, like, again, we talk about that veil, we talk about the commercialism, we talk about, like, what, you know, everything's based upon, and, like, Clockie is, like, a symbol of, like Penacony itself.
It's said that the Watchmaker dreamed up the idea of Clockie when he was just a boy. Back then, he was merely an apprentice in a clock shop. And one night, he dreamt that all the broken clocks started sprouting arms and legs.
Okay.
Like a skilled pilot, he steered them towards the right path. As a classic figure who grew up with many, Clockie truly shaped a generation, solidifying the Watchmaker's pivotal role in popular culture.
And this happens with, like, a lot of, pop culture stuff as well. Like, you know, like, I genuinely think that, like, for example, like, Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker shaped generations of people. Like, not like in terms of like, oh, I'm Darth Vader, I'm Luke, but like it shaped their feelings and like what they like about media. Like, for me, like, when I played Final Fantasy X as a kid and I played Tekken 4 as a kid, and sorry, Tekken 3 first of all, like those games like really like made me go like, holy hell, like. And then I played Shadow of the Colossus and like I was like, okay, I video games are art now, you know. It was like one of those things where like I played those games and like they kind of like shape like how you look at stuff, and even like sometimes it can shape how you look at the world as well. Like if you're watching a TV show that like, you know, preaches some like really good morals, chances are like, you know, in some cases if you take it to heart, you might feel like you might take it with you as well. So it's not surprising to me that people have taken this one figure, especially when there's like there's not much in terms of there is like stage shows and celebrities. But it's one of those things where like Robin is like the celebrity. Clockie is the mascot of this thing. Hanu is like the sub-mascot. Like, it makes sense that there is like a pivotal character within pop culture within this world, especially since it's kind of depicting kind of like an olden world. Nowadays, like, it's so hard for like things to become like pop culture icons. It happens. It definitely does happen. But it's hard nowadays because like people move on so fast. Back in the day, like, for example, The Simpsons was like the thing. If you didn't watch The Simpsons, you were missing out. You sat down every day to watch The Simpsons every day. But now Simpsons are like still watched a lot. But like, you know, nowadays if Simpsons aired, like it wouldn't have the same cultural stamp. Which I know is weird to say because like, people are gonna probably say, well, without The Simpsons, you wouldn't have a lot of cartoons. You're 100% correct. You're 100% correct. It changed the way we look at cartoons forever. So true. But I'm saying like nowadays, like it's like the same with like, you know, the Beatles, for example. I think the Beatles would be popular now They still will be popular, but they wouldn't have the same gigantic impact nowadays. It's all about timing. And that's not to diminish the Beatles or the Simpsons, by the way. The Beatles are one of my favorite groups ever, but it's just a matter of like how they, like the timing, right? And like, you know, what space they're in, you know? What competition there is, you know?
Contestants, may you have a wonderful time with Clockie.
The trial of time. I hope it won't waste too much of our time.
I love that Firefly's just all about time, especially since we are running out of time. There is the Charmony Festival coming up. There's enemies here, but like I feel like we can just go straight for it, right? As much as like I love a good fight. Oh. Do you have to activate this more? Rotate it. Okay, so we have
That
this
statue.
here.
Did it just speak?
Was that what the sound was? Possibly. Possibly, Firefly. We'll check that out now in a second. Here, and then this one just here. Is it just here? Yeah, there it is. Okay.
Bronze good and all, but what would it be without brains?
Oh, that was just to get this thing? Okay, that's fine. We'll take it, though.
Phew, finally got down for you. Thank you for saving my life. I never knew solving a jigsaw puzzle could be a weight loss regimen tweet.
You do whatever you want to do with your life, buddy. Oh.
I didn't know I was that high when I was going up. My heart almost exploded when I realized tweet.
Are you not afraid of heights when you're flying?
Of course I am, tweet. It's just why I'd never flown. I climbed up with my claws, tweet.
Oh, that's kind of cute.
Goodbye, tweet. Please forget this acrophobic, embarrassed birdie, tweet, tweet.
I'll never forget you, buddy. Who's that guy? No, I'm joking. Oh, another chest over here. We might, if we see a chest, I'm gonna get this stuff, because again, like, I haven't been leveling up as much because I've been trying to avoid menus. I just being completely honest with you guys, I'm avoiding spoilers like the plague. Like, and again, like I said, the reason why I do it is because if you look at this menu here, look, see already, like I'm in the wrong space. One wrong move and you will go into the menu, and sometimes it just takes like a flick, like a small flick, and it can happen. It's actually crazy how that works.
Am I just a failed experiment?
What the hell, man?
I'm just an expendable failure of a clock.
Oh, because we have to fix this stuff. Don't say this about yourself. Come on. Hello, I'd like to play Dream Ticker. So this stage requiring us to cure this thing with a whole therapy session. No, we got an urgent matter to tend to. We'll go with this.
Play? So, I'm not just a failed clock, I'm also a failed
Don't say this about yourself.
You guys are just like the other challengers. You want to enter my inner self? Then please be my guest. But you won't find anything worthwhile. I'm just a failed piece.
I'm excited to do this. Again, I guess one of those things where I think that's what. Oh wow.
I'm just
Whoa.
empty inside.
Yeah, because like you usually just like a whole path.
Tick-tock, it's time for me to make
Oh my god, the Mickey Mouse voice again. How come you're here too?
Clockie? I can also see him. Is this character part of the show?
In Dreamville, Clockie is everywhere and can do anything. Like, right now, I could solve this problem with your big ticker pal.
Well, please do.
Tick-tock.
Please do.
I can't believe it's actually Clockie.
Oh my god, he's like a celebrity to the clock as well.
A failure of a clock like me for no reason.
Like honestly, like, you know, this is like played off for laughs as well, but like honestly, like, it is like very like cute that other clocks would be like look up to Clockie, right?
You see, we're all clocks. We're family. I want to help you be happy. Tell your pal Clockie what's troubling you.
He literally is like a celebrity, you know? He is a celebrity.
I came across a startling revelation yesterday. Apparently, Dreamscape Ticker isn't the same as Clockie at all. It's just a discarded prototype from Clockie's early development.
You can't think about yourself like this, buddy.
Please, just leave me be, Clockie. I just don't know how to face you. Because I'm just a
And I also understand, like, Firefly's trying to rush this thing along. Yes, 100%. Like, there's also the element that we need to get this done as quick as possible. But I also don't want to rush this poor clock along as well, because I'm going to feel bad if we do. But yeah, there is like a time limit on stuff we have to do here as well.
Oh dear. Seeing it like this is utterly heart-wrenching. But fear not. We're here to help it rediscover the missing parts of its inner self and guide it out of despair.
I guess even troop members can experience existential crises.
Yeah, I love that Firefly's always like has this like low kind of like, not frustration, there's always like this low like, yeah, that kind of voice. I know what you call it, like someone who's like a bit nervous about her surroundings, you know what I mean, at all times. And it's not that she's like scared, I think it's more of a situation where it's like she knows there's a time limit and she's like, I guess we're gotta do this.
Don't worry, miss. I've already pinpointed its missing
Oh, we have to find the missing parts? Let's go.
Over here, my friends. Better use that hamster ball night speed.
Wait, so we have to use a hamster ball? What's the run button in this game? Okay, there we go. Honestly, like it's interesting because like I know it's gonna sound so bad.
This must be one of the missing parts that Big Tigger needs. We're here. There's a missing part on the opposite side. But how do we get over there?
Yeah, I know like it's gonna be like, Cal, how do you
Also
not?
a dreams I left here by a Dreamweaver. We're running out of time. We'll have to use it if necessary.
Yeah, 100%. I think they put that. I was like, I know what to do with this, but I think they put that here for people who forgot to use it. So which way do we do this again? We have to move. Oh, yeah, just like that. And then we can move this across. Move the module to here. It's actually, this is a really fun mechanic as well. I think the mechanics of this world are always like really, really great as well. They are really great. Move the module back so we can move over here, I guess. And then deactivate this as well. Yeah, like I feel like the mini games in Penacony have been great. They've been great. They occupy your time. It's really great stuff. Interesting way of looking at this now, right? Okay, so if we go over here, yes, we can go in here, but there's nothing to this. So if we touch this here, we have to rotate this. Okay, perfect. Absolutely perfect. And then we can rotate it again. It's just it's not like it's overly complicated. And it can be. I guess it can be at sometimes, but like I just find it to be just so simplistic and so fun, really. And I think when we got here, it was like the perfect representation of a dream as well, was that thing as well, you know?
Huh? That's barely enough for one person.
I got the other piece here. Again, I make no bones about it. We could destroy those enemies in 2 seconds. Like, this team could end those guys. But I think it's also like one of those things where it's like, okay, we just do this. We don't need to fight these guys. It's like, especially when we know what we're doing, and it's not like we're exploring in this area. Here. No, it's one of these up here. Yeah, it's like this one here. No, it's here. Wait, they give you an image on the backdrop? I didn't even realize that. I never realized that. I've just been doing it by looking at the actual image. They actually give you an image on the backdrop. That's hilarious. This one goes here. That's actually really funny. Like, I thought it was just like, see the way there's like a faded image of the actual real image on the background? Where will this go? This goes here? Here? Yeah. There we go. And sometimes you can just hover it over and it just works, you know? Sometimes I'm just like doing this stuff. And then we have this one here, which will go there. This one here that will go there. This one here that will go there. And this one here that will go there. All to get a lovely chest.
Still got the brains.
That was definitely like probably the hardest one we've done, but I think it's only just because there was a lot of stuff there. So it's not really difficult. Like I always say, like I don't think time equals difficulty sometimes. You know what I mean? We can fight some enemies though. Oh, we have to anyway. I can help out. I was gonna fight this guy anyway.
Oh dear! It's an origami bird! What's it doing in Beyond Overcooked's tail?
Is that Clockie, Tweet? Please save me, Tweet! I'm being roasted alive!
Jesus, and this okay. We can help. We can help.
A roasted bird? Oh, this is horrible! Let's save it quickly!
Oh my God, I'm glad we saw this because look at the battle stage
Don't get
here.
complacent.
That's so fun. So we don't have any enemies that like. Well, we do have one actually. We do.
Receive
Oh no, I don't think we do
Catching
actually.
me up.
Oh no, we do. Yeah, because we have the middle guy as well. Yeah.
We're just having fun.
Yeah, and we have Sampo as well to get some weaknesses out as well.
Small fry.
Stand still.
But now we have to attack him 6 times very quickly, which we can do with the follow-up attacks, no problem. We can't let him get to
Say bye to
those
breathing.
attacks. Lovely stuff. And then we do this as well with a bounce. And the follow-up. Lovely stuff. I just think our team is very good. You know what I mean? I just think our team
What are you waiting
is very
for?
good. You know what I
To
mean?
betray my customers,
I like this team a lot.
I charge extra.
And Sampo's been such an asset. Listen to his
Good
music as well.
times Never last.
Very funky.
Time to say bye. Boom.
Luca, of course, getting in there.
Now that's a gold-winning victory.
And he doesn't disappear, he just falls over. Did you do a really good job on the designs of these things?
Thank you guys, Tweet. I feel...
Oh.
I heal about 70% cooked.
Oh. So you have to live as a 70% cooked bird now?
Thank goodness you're okay! But why did you burrow yourself into that fella's tail?
Because that fella stole one of Mr. Big Tigger's paws. I wanted to help retrieve it, but I accidentally got myself stuck in the oven. Tweet! Go ahead and get it, but be careful. It's hot. Tweet!
Oh, so that's one of the, that's where the parts are, I guess. Okay.
An inner self fragment belonging to the Sweet Dreams troupe? This is just too surreal.
And like, I guess they set all this up as like a mini game as well. So like, I'm willing to assume that like the bird is actually okay. Because it's like being 70% cooked is probably like the end for me, you know? Being 1% cooked is the end for me. So we have to activate this again, I'm guessing? Wait, is this not where we started? Oh, did we get them all? Oh, I think we got them all. Okay, great. Okay, awesome. Move the module. If we did, I guess, I understand why they're not warping us back. Would have been nice to get a warp back. You know what I mean? But it's one of those situations where, look, it took 2 seconds. And we're back. So I'm not going to complain about that. You know what I mean? Man. Yeah, it's like, we said it before, it's a perfect, like, encapsulation of what the dreamscape is when you first enter here, right? And now that we know the dreamscape is kind of warped as well, it's even more perfect as we've gone forward as well.
We're back! As long as you have these, you'll be able to find closure. Take time.
So for it. Let's go.
Whoa! This sudden surge of
Wait, we don't get to do the mini game?
It's working!
Oh, we do. Okay.
Next, we just need to enter its emoscape, help connect its pathways, and we're
I can only imagine how much like this is probably like, you know, especially with the, like the voice isn't bad for you, but imagine like the characters here who are like trying to get this done in a very quick time are like, oh my god, please just shut up. Okay, let's go for this. I actually love doing these, even if they can be. How many do we need? Did they tell us usually? So there's that there. Well, we want to just get over here, right? So it should be easy. Just do that. Yeah, to get that one first. Get them one at a time. Okay. Then we have if we mirror this, what does that do? We need to somehow make it over here. Does that do anything? Oh, here we go. Maybe this needs to like rest a bit. Or if we move this over here for now. And then move this. Oh, we can't because of this. If I move this over here now, and then mirror this, that's not going to work either. We need to get it like over here. Well, this is for another one for sure. Unless you want to somehow move this over here. No, this is... I feel like this is correct. So do we move this to here maybe? And then do this one here like that? And then mirror like that? No, we have to move it up. I don't know. So if we go like this... That seems like the most accurate one. Right? It seemed like the most accurate, the closest to accuracy we're gonna get. But then this one over here as well. Can we... Oh, there's something here. Oh, okay. That should do, right? Well, he can't walk on the springs. You can't even walk on some springs? So if I move this here like that, and then move that there like that, and then move the yellow guys up, there we go. Okay. That's legit the most difficult one we ever done. But now...
What's going on?
We've never seen this before for sure.
I'm not qualified to be the real Clockie. Just give up, Clockie.
No! This is unacceptable!
No!
You have to face your fears!
Since it comes down to this, I'll have to use clockwork. Wait, so we kind of changed our mind?
Success!
So now we can just move it again. Okay, yeah, okay. This is funny, isn't it? It's very funny what they're doing here. Oh, this is actually like very simple, isn't it? Not very. I say that, but like, yeah. I didn't want to say it outright. I was gonna correct myself for a second because I was like, Calvin, you never know. That's famous last words.
If not for
Oh, look at the owl.
I'd never be able to connect with people like this. You helped me find myself again.
Fantastic.
No problem at all. As the guardian of Dreamville, it's what I'm here for. Tick-tock!
Oh, my friends, you still have other important things to do, right? Go forth, my friends. When the moment comes, all the dream tickers and I will cheer for you.
It's all done. Victory's in sight. Let's head to the final stage.
I understand it was my choice. Here's the thing, there wasn't that it wasn't fun. And maybe it's just because there's so many different puzzles here as well. That felt like it like slowed down the pace a tiny bit to me. Like maybe it's just me. I'm not saying like it was a bad puzzle because I actually had to like I always have fun times with those puzzles. But I feel like finding all the pieces, doing all this stuff, I think like it maybe slowed down the pace a little bit. From like we had like I feel like the pace with the acting stuff was like really good. And again, maybe it is because I chose this again I love the mini games, but I thought maybe like, yeah, just the pacing of that was like a bit slow, I feel like. And I know like it is also like, well, you can just say, well, Calvin, that was you fighting the puzzles. You control the pace, buddy. And true, but I feel like I went through the puzzles pretty fine. Yeah, it's just a small thing that I was like, maybe it could have been like, I don't know what you could have done there. But I still like the Clockie puzzle, so like I still had fun with that part. I still love doing the different movements and stuff like that too. Yeah. There's an enemy over here. I mean, we could fight a formidable foe and get the chest for sure. Let's go get it. We should fight at least one. What's your weakness?
Let's wait and
Does that hurt?
Okay. Yeah, we might as well get like a formidable foe chest as well. We're at it as well.
repay. I'll see you off.
Relax. May as well kill them all.
Do they already have DOTs attached to them?
Where's the applause? Let's see some sparks fly!
I love stopping mid-motion there and just seeing the fire lighting there.
Eternal sleep. The dead return.
Okay, nice stuff. Bit of break. We only blasted one of them. Like, oh, that was very silly, Calvin.
Relax.
We another enemy's coming up now. Yep. Should we just try going this already?
What are you waiting for? To betray my customers?
I love it.
I charge extra.
Good times never last. Time to say bye. Boom.
Okay, is there another one? Okay, that was it. Yeah, that's fine. Again, this team is actually very good. It is. And it's not like I created it. I know like I got help from other people as well. But I find this team very, very good. 100%. Yeah, like I think it's like a fair to say, right? I think it's like I love the Clockie puzzles. I like the shape-shifting puzzles, but I think for some reason, like the acting stuff, like I thought like, oh, we were on such a like great pace or such like energy to it. And I feel like then this kind of like slowed it down a bit. Maybe like doing the other puzzles, like the Hanu stuff probably. And again, I actually think doing the Hanu stuff would have maybe like had like a no, it doesn't need to be quicker. I don't mind things having like a different type of pacing. I feel like we just had such momentum with that part. But look, we're moving on now anyway, so it's fine. It's fine. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's fair to say. Okay, had to cut for a second, but yeah, yeah. I was thinking about there like why I like was like not as into that. Like I love the, again, like I said, I like the Clockie puzzles all the time. And for some reason I think it was just like because the first part was so dynamic and so interesting and so fun that like then just going into like a kind of like a longer collection part was kind of like, okay, like this is like not as fun as the first part. I guess that was just it. Yeah. It's not a big deal or anything. It's just a part that I wasn't fond of, I guess. Happens.
Congratulations to both of you. Oh, you've overcome all obstacles and proven yourselves. But, unfortunately, there is only one who can be Penacony's festive superstar.
That's me.
In the final stage, you will face the defending champion. If you fail, you will lose the opportunity to become the festive superstar.
Is this gonna be someone we know or is it gonna be someone new?
Welcome to the 33rd Scorch Sand Festival's third stage in the 20th season, sponsored by Soulglad Enterprises Superstar Showdown.
I love how they always get that sponsorship in as well. Let's go. So there's no choice this time. I guess we're just going right into this. We're gonna have to meet with the winner maybe. Very bright light. Very bright light. Oh, wait, there is a choice? Interesting, okay. Superstar Showdown Arena 2? Wait, what? How do we know which one to go to? Does it matter? Let's go to Arena 1 then, I guess? I don't know. I have no idea. I have no idea what we're getting ourselves into with this. No. No! No! Are you serious? Is it? It can't be. Oh my god, it is!
No way. I think I just saw someone.
Someone extraordinary.
Extraordinary is the right word. Oh my god, it is. It is Argenti. Oh my god, let's get this chest really quick. It's Argenti. Are you serious? Are you serious? Oh my god.
Please wait. My beautiful lady.
Oh my god, speaking of beautiful, it's Argenti. Oh my god.
By the glorious light of beauty. I never thought I would see you again.
Fantastic.
Such turbulent times. Your kind faces are as spring's gentle breeze, bringing solace to my scorched heart.
I'm sorry, but it is incredible that, like, this is what we see Argenti for the second time again, by the way, in, like, a Trailblaze mission. Oh my god. If you didn't do his mission, does he just say, like, do we act like we don't know him, I wonder? Man, look at this guy's hair. Talk about fiery hair, but the armor is always so cool. He, like, walks straight out of a romance novel, I'm telling you.
Are you a knight of beauty?
The Knight of Beauty. Oh my god. What? The red-haired contestant was you all along? Will you participate in the Charity Festival as well?
You've already heard of my humble title elsewhere? I am deeply honored.
I'm conflicted now because I would love to let you win as well. You know? Beautiful people gotta stick together. That's Stell saying that to him, not me saying it to him.
Upon hearing of the impending festivities, I commanded the one and only to bring me to Penacony with full haste.
Okay.
Alas, the cosmos unguarded by the beauty. Disorder prevails. Thus my passage was delayed by tending to the sick and injured.
Of course it was. Of course it was. You perfect individual.
Fortunately, the mini-rabbit mech pilot, stray cat duelist, galactic ninja, and quad-driving Teletron, along with 32 other souls in distress, all emerged from their predicament safe and sound. I then led them all here to revel in the harmony with the countless other splendid beings.
Okay, so you brought them here. It's not perfect, I'll tell you that much, but like, he did try to save people's lives. He did save people's lives. Can I say this as well? Like, the first time we met Argenti, the first thing we ever heard about him was that someone was about to die, and he basically told them, in no other words, call my god beautiful, I'll help you. And from that moment, I was like, this guy's so funny. And he goes from being funny to being like one of the most like gentlemanly, like beautiful characters that I love dearly. Honestly, you're quite the savior. Is this the dazzling beauty? It's dazzling, yeah. Honestly.
I do not deserve such praise.
You do!
Unfortunately, that dashing IPC ambassador,
whoa,
radiance matches that of a beautiful peacock, remains in a woeful state.
What?
Ugh, how I wish he too could partake in this splendid occasion.
You know Adventurine? Oh my god, Argenti is like, again, he's sparkly beauty, right? It's like a radiant beauty he has. But he knows Argenti. No, okay. It's Adventurine.
Business. Since fate has brought us together, it stands to reason that you both seek the accolade of the audition's victor, correct?
But Adventurine is actually like canonically pretty in a way that like his own like self from when he was a kid was like, I wish I could be pretty when I grow up, and that's such an Adventurine thing for himself to call himself pretty. But also the fact it makes so much sense that I guess Argenti would want to be around Adventurine because again, if you're talking about true beauty, Adventurine's right there. But there's something so like, you know, beautiful about Argenti, and I think it is like everything. There's like so many combinations things. It's like not too much either though. Like the slight dash of the white in hair, the kind of the glistening stars that he puts on his hair, the beautiful earring, the eyeshadow, like with the eye makeup, like the armor, everything's so freaking pretty. The way the hair hangs down, honestly.
Though upon arrival, I was once mistaken for a towering silver-armored fugitive with fiery red flames due to my lack of eloquence. It matters not.
Your lack of eloquence?
For all these trials stem from the land of the dream's beauty.
You say you have a lack of what? In what world do you have a lack of eloquence?
What matters is that I now stand before you. Our paths have crossed. I, Argenti of the Knights of Beauty.
Oh my god. Yes, bow, I bow to.
Battle with you both. In the name of the Code of Chivalry.
No problem. And I know he loves that as well. He loves that Code of Chivalry. Can I say as well though? What are the rules for all of us? No touching the face. Okay, no hurting the face.
If I am fortunate enough to emerge victorious, kindly grant me passage to the crown of victory and recognize that Idrilla, the beauty, is the most peerless beauty.
I already have. She is the most peerless beauty of them all. And you. I've already acknowledged it. Don't worry. It's a false bet. Oh my god, Argenti's back.
For this trial set forth by the beauty.
This is so fun.
Where's the applause? Let's see some
Like, what a way to bring him back. Like, again, because I was thinking, like, when it said right here, I was like, oh, is Argenti's and Luca? Like, I didn't know, like, if, like, I didn't actually think they were actually going to bring Argenti for this moment. But that's awesome. That's really freaking awesome.
Relax.
Eternal sleep is not the end.
The dead return.
Rise to the challenge.
May as well kill them all. Good
And the
times.
music as
No
well.
time to say
It's so
bye.
like I'm gonna say mansion-esque. I hope that makes sense. Where I'm like, it's like a ballroom, you know, a frantic ballroom. Love this frame.
Stand still.
It's so
What are you
beautiful.
waiting for?
It is like a really fast, like frantic, like either sword fight within a ballroom or like a dance we're hearing,
betray
right?
my
It's
customers.
really gorgeous.
I charge extra.
Rise to the challenge.
The punches decide.
Lovely stuff.
Confess. Put forth all your might.
Oh my god, hit us, hit us. That sounds wrong. No, I mean in a way like I want to see his moves. I love his moves. Hit us.
Receive divinity.
I owe you one.
Repay.
Repay.
Say bye to breathing.
Rise
Say bye to breathing is always
Just having
crazy.
fun.
Relax.
Small fry. Step out of it.
Okay.
Your convictions, my friends, are indeed on.
Oh my god, he's perfect. He's so perfect.
The laurels of victory belong to a driller.
May as well kill them all.
Okay, we're getting the barrier down.
Stand still.
The punches decide.
You don't want this thing to bring him back under the barrier as well. We also do this, right? We have some DOTs as well.
Time to say bye. Boom.
Boom.
Rise to the challenge.
Lovely stuff. Okay. And we get a barrier for that too. Oh my god, he's perfect.
Underestimated you.
I missed you, Argenti. Stop hurting
I'll see you
Argenti.
off.
That's me. I'm doing that. Okay.
Let the duel commence.
Look at with his flower and
Eternal sleep
everything.
is the dead
I just want him to
return.
hang out with us more. It's actually so great seeing him. I'm so happy they did this.
What are you waiting for?
This is such
betray
a
my
beautiful
customers,
idea of bringing him back as
I
well.
charge extra.
Like he saved some people's lives and brought them to here, you know? And it's very
Say
Argenti-like
bye
as
to
well.
breathing.
Rise
Oh, we could have done
What
our
did you
special
say?
move there. It's okay.
Relax.
Small fry. Don't get cocky.
Because we're still doing some good
See
damage.
some sparks fly.
Oh, the music's so good, isn't it?
bear witness. You're fighting a gentleman.
May as well kill them all.
Perfect times.
Good times.
I think it's
Time
over
to
now,
say
yeah.
bye.
But still, what a fight with Argenti.
Boom.
So good to see him again.
That's enough. I have come to grasp the sincerity of your cause.
I yield too. Let's yield together. Let's walk together. Tie.
Beautiful. Truly a captivating contrast.
Truly.
It is through you that I realized to uphold the honor of a driller, I must further hone my skills. What a beautiful lesson indeed.
Honestly, he like we found this out in the last Switch too. He's just genuinely not only just someone who like follows beauty, which is such a gorgeous thing, right? I love his ideals. I love the idea of following something just because it's beautiful and finding beauty in everything. It's not just like superficial beauty. Even though that is a part of it, it's like, you know, calling someone beautiful and someone's face can be beautiful as well. There's nothing wrong with that. But like, it's also like the idea of like finding beauty in like a lot of like spaces as well, that might not be seen as beautiful as well. But also, we know just for a fact, as we were talking to him over and over again, he's just a good person. He's just downright a good person, you know?
Go forth, my dear friend. Beautiful miss.
Oh,
The audition's crown is yours to claim.
do you want to come with us?
I shall remain here, gazing from afar as you bask in the limelight, joining the audience in offering you the most heartfelt
Aw.
cheers and applause.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Argenti. March is probably going to be kicking herself, guys. She genuinely did like grow to like care about Argenti, like to the point that we were both asking, like, is he ever going to see him again, you know?
We don't have much time. May fate allow us to meet again, Night of Beauty.
Let's hope. Let's hope this music's so good. That was
In
so
that case,
awesome.
Let's make our way to the end.
It
Penacony's really thronging with talent. I hope we make it in time.
Can I say who I thought it was going to be? I named off all the red-haired characters I knew, right? Argenti was probably the first one I thought of because I think of fire red hair, it's him. But I was thinking then, like, is it one of the Everflame? I thought we were going to be like fighting someone from the Everflame mansion. That's what I thought it was going to amount to. But it's actually Argenti. I love his armor, man. Look at this stuff. It's so cool. It's so detailed. I think that's something that's so important about his character. I think, like, you know, there's so many details, so many gold trims, the roses, like the red corset type thing as well. The rose on the shield here as well. The back, see, like the what you call the thing? I guess it's like I guess it's like a flare tail, but even like the gold trim on the tail. Like, his hair is so well done all the time. The sparkles, the eye makeup, his face in general, the earrings. Like, it's so well done. And, like, I feel like any other character, this would fall apart, having too much, right? It's too much on one character. But because he follows, like, this idea of beauty and everything's so meticulous, it fits his character to a T and just works. It's like, we always talk about things doing a full lap and coming around and working again. With Argenti, it's literally like this. It's like, oh, that's a bit too much. And it goes all the way around the track. Oh, no, it's actually perfect. You know, it works so well. And he's so pretty. I love your hair. Can I style your hair? Do a little plait here. Do a little plait here, there. Okay, we gotta go. I'll see you, Argenti. Oh.
Go forth. The champion stage belongs to the both of you. Bask in the glory you deserve.
You deserve it too. Come with us. What's the button to grab hand and pull? Let's go. I guess not. They probably will add that the next patch. I think it's probably the next patch. Don't tell me though, because spoilers, you know. That's something I have to reiterate as well, by the way, guys. I want to make it clear here. And I'll say this right now, and I'll say it again at the end of the video too, and like, whatever. I would like to remind people every once in a while, if it hasn't happened in this game, you do not talk about it. I just remind people all the time, because I know sometimes, like, you never know if things slip through and stuff like this as well. Like, if it has not happened, and I have a story, and here's the thing, as I always say, I'll reiterate all the time, in your heart, sometimes you think, he needs to know my spoiler because it's very important, right? But you know what your heart is doing? It's lying to you. Don't listen to your heart, all right? Just always follow the rules. If it hasn't happened yet, don't even mention it. Always. Like, all those other spoilers aren't important, but my spoiler is important. As soon as you start thinking of that, just remember Calvin saying, no, it's not, okay? It's not important. Leave it. Leave it in the mind. Well, we're going up to the Soul Glad? And with the fireworks, everything's so extravagant, everything's so bright as well, you know, Seabiscuit again. What was the story of Seabiscuit, by the way? I remember there was like a, I never read it, or... Praise Argenti as well. Whoa.
Let's give a round of applause to our aspiring young guest.
With the actual round of applause here as well, and like the light sticks as well. Man, this is like, it's very charming, but at the same time too, there's like, okay, I'm getting applause from like TV screens, you know? Was this like a talk show? And there's pictures of Robin, right? That's Robin. No, that's Stell. I was like, is that Robin? Because I thought the crown around, like, I was like, is it Sunday? No, it's Stell. That's pretty cool. But it looks like a talk show with all these lights around here as well. Very interesting the way they've done this.
Congratulations to the both of you on becoming the festive superstars of this year's Charmony Festival. Before entering the Grand Theater,
Okay.
I, on behalf of
Wait.
the organizers, extend my sincere congratulations
Sunday.
to you, wishing you joy under their radiance.
Wait, Sunday though. Sunday. Weren't you supposed to be going to a meeting with Welt and Robin? You already worked things out with the Dream Master? Yeah, what's happening here? Is this a dream as well? Or is this...
As previously promised, my sister, Mr. Yang, and I have met with the Dream Master. We delved into the truth about Penacony and its Stellaron, and have come to a consensus.
That quickly? They didn't even show it?
Both I and the Oak family cannot acquiesce.
Wait,
to your
yeah, but what did
request.
Welt and Robin say about this though? What's happening here?
Just as expected.
We acknowledge the perspective of you, Nameless.
Us Nameless?
Penacony does require change, but not as you propose. The planet of festivities cannot and will not revert to a place characterized by chaos, disorder, or anarchy.
Sunday, though, like, you have to know that the family doesn't respect you in any way, right? You have to know that the family, like, is only out to look out for the family, nothing else. Like, you have to know this. Where's Welt and Robin? Like, I feel like something's up here, because I feel like Robin and Welt would have, like, had something to say about this, no? Something's up here.
Through your journey of overcoming obstacles, you must have glimpsed the essence of that era. The vulnerable ruthlessly eliminated, equality non-existent, common folk living precarious lives, eking out a dreary existence.
The thing is about this as well, it's like, yeah, like 100% everyone here is like quote-unquote equal, and everyone here like is safe and quote-unquote safe, right? But also at the same time too, it's like they're all trapped in this never-ending life where like they can never have like any other path, right? If they try to get, and let's say Penacony fails tomorrow, all the people that have been living here for so long are going to have such a hard time acclimating to real life. It is going to be one of the most difficult things in the world, especially since it's very clear that there's like no help for a lot of people in the real world. So like it's literally going to be feed people to the wolves.
Ultimately, only heroes like yourselves manage to achieve success.
Again, that's the kind of mentality that he said to Robin, which was that like only certain people become trailblazers, right?
But I would dare ask, if you did not possess the special status of having a Stellaron, and you were but an anonymous and frail member among the masses, which Penacony would you prefer?
Interesting question as well. Can I say as well, like for me personally, Calvin, also known as Ormer, not just Stella, right? I think I totally acknowledge that, like, in the face of like an existence where you're not happy, or an existence where things are going wrong, or you're dying, or a loved one is gone, you're left alone, all this stuff. If someone comes to you and goes, hey, would you like to live a life where there's no pain, no suffering, and every day is a party? Every day you just have fun, you drink Soul Glad, you do all this stuff. Chances are the majority of us, let's just be freaking honest here. Let's just be freaking honest. The majority of people in those situations, and even like in lesser situations, would be like, yeah, that sounds amazing, right? But my thing has always been, and it's been there throughout other games that have showcased this idea of like never-ending happiness, no more suffering, you know? Like, is that it's not real life. It's not really the real world, you know? Yes, you can find people there like you can talk to and you have friendships in there as well. Of course you can. But you're not living in the real world, and you're not living through like your real emotions. I never want those people that believes that suffering is a part of life, by the way. I think that suffering is a consequence of some aspects of life, but I don't think it's something that needs to happen. If everyone had their head screwed on, then we could stop a lot of suffering tomorrow. And if everyone wasn't as selfish, and not everyone, by the way, I'm saying some people weren't as selfish, we could stop suffering, because usually a lot of the suffering comes from like a few people being selfish, right? That's what happens. And I really feel like it's one of those things where like, I feel like it's hypocritical for me to say this, but I would always love to see them try to make life outside of Penacony better for people who we've talked to throughout this journey, rather than just create an escape that is just a constant thing where they never move forward. And again, it's hypocritical because I said I would be one of those people that would jump in as well, right? I think a lot of people would be if you were in that position. But I think it's also one of those things from Mike's perspective now where it's like I would just, instead of like creating a world where there's like no suffering and it's not real, like the aim would be to hopefully eventually create something where at least there's like support and help for people in those situations, you know?
A dystopia for the survival
Sorry
of
for
the
going off on
fittest,
tangent there, but
or a sweet dream paradise for all.
there's nothing wrong with being the fittest. A sweet dream paradise doesn't sound too bad. I don't know. Why are you asking me? I'm going to go with this one as well.
That's not the point. Don't let him mislead you.
I think they probably expect us maybe to pick the first one. He's not misleading me. Like, again, we 100% understand that there's a danger coming to Penacony. It's not safe anymore. It's falling apart. The harmony is
Mr.
corrupted.
Sunday, even if the members of the Oak family can't fully agree on what to do about the Stellaron,
Now's not exactly the time to be holding an extensive discourse about Penacony's past and future, is it?
Yes, I agree. I agree.
The Stellaron issue concerns the life and death of everyone on Penacony. If anyone has a better suggestion, the crew is more than willing to listen. Also, it'd be best to tell us the ins and outs of that.
I agree. I 100% agree. Himiko's being so smart here. This is why she's like the leader of the group, the mother of the group. You know, she's constantly like being like on point with this stuff. Yeah, like that. Like how on earth? Where's Welt? I feel like Welt would have come in context with us already somehow.
This way, we'll at least know what Welt and Miss Robin are dealing with, and the reason why they failed to make our appointment.
Yes. Yes.
Ah, Navigator. That is precisely my intention. With all present, let's begin by discussing the details of that.
Please,
meeting.
like, are we?
Let's talk about our tribulations and choices, our ideals and beliefs, and our final course of action.
What?
The only path to take.
Sunday. Wait, so we're actually gonna get to see the meeting itself?
You mean to say that for the longest time, there have been scoundrels who would use the Charmony Festival that I have bequeathed to the Master
Oh God.
as a tool to realize their ambition?
Even the way that like the Dream Master speaks, it just unnerves me. I'm not a big fan of it whatsoever. Like they always seem like they're talking down to people as well in some way, you know?
Indeed, Dream Master. Once the Charmony Festival begins, the Stellaron's powers, along with the song, will be broadcast across the entire planet of Penacony. And then everyone in their dreams will be unable to awaken.
Oh my Jesus Christ. Like there's no future then. There is no future then.
This is indeed surprising to me. The dreamscape is maintained by the collective effort of the 5 families. If someone were to use the Charmony Festival to recklessly disseminate the power of the Stellaron, this individual must hold a position of great authority.
So this is like there's them saying it's an inside job?
Do you have any suspects?
I'd like to ask, did you really not know of the Stellaron's existence?
Yeah.
I would have never thought that this name
Welt
would point the spear at me. Quite astonishing indeed.
It's a good question. It's a very good question.
If I have offended, the Astral Express extends its sincere apologies. But the current circumstances are dire and leave no room for meticulous inquiry.
Yes.
We're doing this out of concern for the dreamscape's safety. So, if you could, please alleviate our concerns.
He's such a diplomat in that sense, right? He started off with the apology, then mentioned how dire this is, and then say, hey, just get rid of our concerns. Like, this is very diplomatic. It wasn't accusatory in a way. It was just kind of like trying to get to the bottom of everything.
Dream Master, it's just to prove that the Charmony Festival has nothing to do with the Stellaron. If we're being overly cautious, I will return to the stage to offer tribute in song, just per the arrangement.
Yeah, so if it isn't true and everything's okay, then you get all you wanted. There's that crow again, though.
Sunday, Robin, I've watched you two grow up and know your dispositions like the back of my hand. Both of you, right now, can surely be lauded as their most devout advocates. I already know your resolve.
So you're saying that like I've watched you grow up basically because they did. They brought Robin and Sunday here.
The magnitude of this matter is enormous and cannot be taken lightly. Since Mr. Yang has asked with such earnestness, I will personally respond in kind.
Okay.
If there is a need, the entire Oak family will be mobilized to heed your call.
All right. So then, how do we end up where we were with Sunday then?
Sunday, might I ask you to beseech them to cast their light unto me, and question me in their stead.
What?
So that no lies may be concealed.
This is what they did to Aventurine, right?
I will do as you command.
Robin, could I entrust you to be present as a witness, to document the truth, and to proclaim my innocence, so that all slander may be utterly dispelled?
I will do as you
Or
command.
do as you command.
May thy will be carried out on earth, just as it is in the
Yeah, it's so religious, right? They even like sound like chants from like, you know, Christianity, like prayers from Christianity as well, right?
Oh, triple-faced soul, please sear his tongue and palms with a hot iron, so that he will not be able to fabricate lies and make false vows.
Let us begin. There is nothing else to
So you have to ask them questions now?
Understood. Question. Have you devoted your life to your god, never worshipping other gods?
Naturally.
Do you love your god as you do yourself, always heeding their admonishments?
Naturally.
Naturally. Is it yes or no, maybe?
Have you strayed from the path expected by your god, betraying their name?
Never.
Are we sure? Because we know that that harmony is corrupted.
Have you ever been inordinate with your asks of your god, coveting more than the foundation of the creation itself?
There's something up here because someone has been corrupting the harmony.
Never.
Then, a final question. Do you swear to fulfill all vows, past, present, and future?
Can you ask them directly about the Celeron? Do you know about the Celeron?
With the Eon as my witness, if I do not deliver on my words, or if I renege on my vows, may I be cursed in accordance with divine law.
Okay, but I know that the questions already asked were kind of like related to the Celeron as well, because like you know, using the Celeron would be against the harmony as well.
They have seen your faith and have endorsed your faith. With this, it can be evidenced.
Wait.
Just.
Oh my God! Will doing a Columbo? Just one more moment, you know, like at the end of the Columbo episode, you know, he finds something else out and he goes, "Hey, just a moment, please, just one more thing."
What is it, Mr. Yang?
I think he's gonna say maybe their questions are a little bit leading.
I have another question I hope to have answered. To my understanding, the family's harmony and prosperity have never relied on so-called divine laws.
Okay.
The god you both mentioned, are they truly Shipe?
Wait, what? Because they didn't mention Shipe by name. Are you saying that they don't worship Shipe?
Mr. Yang should know that those belonging to the family toil together as if they were kin, embracing solidarity and unity under their...
Well, say Shipe's like...
All duplicity is laid bare before the harmony.
So, wait, so Welt is generally asking the question like, is the god you mentioned, is it actually Shipe? But they keep saying like their and their light and saying they, like using the pronoun to describe them.
Such a delicate and complex symphony. Which other god could perfectly harmonize this, if not for the great one? Shipe.
But now they mention Shipe again. Now they're mentioning Shipe.
Perfectly harmonized. Therein lies the problem. It isn't an outsider lurking in the shadows who changed the harmony, but a dissonance that has surreptitiously emerged from within this very symphony itself.
Because we were just a second ago I felt a bit defeated because I was like, man, but like someone did this to the harmony, you know, someone disrupted this, you know what I mean? And then Welt comes in with the freaking like clutch answer here.
In the distant past, there existed an eon. With one flick of the wrist, they crafted the laws of the cosmos. Their followers formed the Beyond the Sky Choir, spreading solemn and reverent hymns throughout the universe.
This looks incredible, by the way. At this angle, it looks so cool.
Later, they fell. The route traversed by this eon clashed with the harmony, ultimately being absorbed and fused into it. The chorus that once reverberated across worlds fell silent, and when it echoed anew, it was transformed into the hymn of harmony.
So let's read this again here. So there was an Aeon who they crafted the laws of the world, the cosmos. Their followers then formed the Beyond the Sky Choir, spreading solemn and reverent hymns throughout the universe. Later, they fell, and the root traversed was Aeon clashed with the harmony, and it was absorbed into it. Wait, the chorus that once reverberated across the worlds fell silent, and when it echoed anew, was transformed into him in the harmony. Do you think that they could be? No, maybe I'm wrong. I could be reading too much into it, but like maybe like when they got absorbed into it, are they saying they worship the god that was absorbed into the harmony and not the harmony itself? Maybe.
Though an eon may perish, paths with no masters still linger.
Oh my god.
In the all-forgiving harmony, echoes of bygone dissonance may subtly...
Wait, are they worshipping the god that got absorbed into the harmony? Mr. Yang! Yeah, Mr. Yang!
Being overly astute can be a detriment.
Oh my god.
Especially when you find yourself alone and without...
I am so glad, because this is how you know he's right. This is how you know what he's saying is right. Because even to here he says, though an eon may perish with no masters still linger, in all forgiving harmony, echoes of bygone dissonance may subtly rise. So the subtle arising of those dissonance. He's saying even though the eon is gone, paths, even though they have no master, the paths to that eon still linger. So are they on the path of that eon then? And then you know he's telling the truth because this Dream Master goes, curiosity killed the cat, buddy, you know?
So this is how...
What's the name of this god though that was absorbed?
For the sake of our grand cause, Sunday, please.
Sunday, no. Sunday, well, like as soon as she's caught out, you're gonna put us to rest.
What?
Oh, look her face! Oh my god, I've never seen her look defeated like this. Sunday, come on! Oh my god.
Sorry, Robin. It's just you. I did not wish for you to know
Oh no,
this.
Sunday knew about this?
It's a pity that things have turned out this
Don't do this, Sunday. Do not do this. It's Robin.
So, this is the true reason I can't sing? The shadow that envelops Penacony is actually...
We were never children of the harmony. Our ideal paradise could not have been crafted by
oh my
Shibe.
god.
True bliss can only be guaranteed by the one who transcends the many.
One? Is that what it's called? The one? Quote unquote the one?
Within the foundation of law, humanity establishes civilization, and through harmony, we obtain
What
order.
the hell? He says, so within the foundation of law, so is he talking about, so the first Aeon established civilization and established all this stuff to the cosmos, right? That's what they were saying before? They created the laws of the cosmos, so they follow. So wait, so what they're saying is that they follow an Aeon that establishes law and civilization, and through the harmony they'll obtain that order. No. So they.
Unbelievable. To think that there would be remnants of the Order on
The Order. We have to read up on this as well, right? The Order. That is so... If that's what I'm getting at, that is so sick. Like, in terms of a reveal, right? Like, the idea that they follow, like, a god that was absorbed into the harmony because the paths are still there, even though there's no leader of those paths. And that's why they were using that phrasing. And it's so interesting the way that she said this too. I know that it's cut off now, but she said this, sorry, not he said this, or they said this, the Dream Master. They said, like, we will always follow their glory, there, but as soon as they need to mention Shipe, right? They said, who could have done this if not Shipe? You know what I mean? It's, because then it's not an answer. That's not an answer, right? Like, that's the same thing of saying, like, you know, if someone asks you, like, did you steal a cookie from the cookie jar, and you say, who could have done it accept for this person. That's not an answer. That's you. Like, it is an answer in a way, but it's you like putting back the question onto them. And then they said it was all done through the harmony, because that's what they're saying. It's like the Aeon who establishes laws and civilizations and all this stuff. And then through the harmony, they maintain the order. And maybe that's why the dissonance, as I said, the dissonance is coming out and arising within the harmony is from this order, the one. And then and that's why Robin can't sing anymore, because of that dissonance. And Sunday knew this all along. Holy freaking hell.
What have you done with Mr. Yang and Miss Robin?
Don't worry. I just gave them
Sunday,
some time alone to ponder their fates.
Sunday, you know this isn't right.
You should know that these actions make you an enemy of the Astral Express.
Yeah.
Should we need to stand against the Nameless, it would only be myself and the Oak family involved. But we haven't reached that point yet.
If it comes down to saving Welt, we have reached this point.
Your efforts for the justice of Penacony are evident to everyone and have been widely observed.
You want us to talk turns with us? Stop beating around the bush and get to the point. Give Mr. Yang back to us now.
Oh, I intend to. But that hinges on the outcome of this negotiation.
Oh my god. Sunday, I know there's something deep inside you that's not for this. This isn't... Come on, please.
If it is the order that drove you to imprison Welt and Robin, and you're using them to coerce our compliance, then there'll be no point in entertaining any type of
Oh my
discussion.
god. You know what's so crazy? Like, this game is so good because I got so nervous when they contained Welt. Because again, Welt is so smart and he so always knows what to do. And that's why I'm so glad as well. On the other side of the coin, it's like, yeah, Dad's not here, but at least we have Mom. You know what I mean? At least Himiko's gonna help out too, because she's so good at this stuff as well. Like, you know, it's one of those situations. And it's the same thing if, like, Himiko was gone. It's like, oh, at least we have Welt, right? You know what I mean? It's one of those things. At least we have Welt in those situations. So I'm glad that there's two, like, parental figures on the Astral Express that we can always turn to.
You're mistaken, Miss Himiko. They are in very safe hands. And
that doesn't matter if
the
they're
family
safe.
Has always proclaimed, no one can be harmed in the dreamscape. Least of all in the beautiful new world belonging
The new
to
world, the order. Not the harm. No, like, when I'm saying it doesn't matter if they're safe, by the way, like, it's one of those situations where, like, say, like, you kidnap someone, right? And you contain them somewhere against their will. It doesn't matter if they have, like 12,000, like, subscription models to, like, Netflix, all this stuff, like, all these subscriptions, all the food in the world, anything they ever order at the flick of a wrist. It doesn't matter. You're still containing them, you know? The beautiful new world belonged to the Order. Oh my god.
Penacony and the entire universe have witnessed far too much innocent bloodshed. The strong wield their blades against the weak, and the victors push the vanquished to the brink of life. Natural selection. The world abides by this principle, establishing the well-being of humanity atop the corpses of the downtrodden. Only we, or rather, I, possess the power to put an end to
Stop.
this farce.
First of all, right? First of all, this whole thing of natural selection only works if the people who are strong use their power and are allowed to use their power. And I'm saying strong, quote unquote, right? Because then the people who are in power decide who is strong in that sense. That's the only way this works. The only way that works is that they choose who gets to survive in the sense. You have the power, yes, to change this. Using your powers to contain two people who are not as strong as you in that moment is the opposite of that, Sunday. You utilized your power already to what's the word for it? To contain someone, to overpower someone. You've already done that. And that's why, again, it's intentionally so, because I do think his mind, the way he's talking is corrupt. Like, even here, like we've witnessed far too much bloodshed. The strong wield their blade against the weak, and the victors push to vanquish to the brink of life, right? The idea is, well, here, that with this, like, too, it's like, oh, there's two. Yeah, there is a lot of bloodshed around the world, 110%. But, like, it's not you who gets to decide then, like the order of things. It's not like the order either who gets to decide what the order of things is. That's not the way it works. Like, you get the again, I think the intentional hypocritical nature of it, where it's like, the weak, you know, put their sword against the strong, put their swords against the weak. In that moment, you were stronger than Welt and Robin, and you utilized your power to overpower them. That's the opposite. The only reason that happened, the only reason in that moment the strong, quote unquote, latched on and got the way around the weak, quote unquote. I'm not saying they're weak. You know, Welt is not weak. I'm gonna say that right now. Is because you used your powers. That wouldn't have happened otherwise. Only we are rather I possess the power to put an end to this farce. Pathstriders of the Order. Pathstriders. We've heard Pathstriders before, right? Pathstriders. Pathstriders. We've heard Pathstriders, haven't we? Wasn't that the hands coming out? Was that Pathstriders? Or was Pathstriders before you? That was the hands when she was talking to the Galaxy Ranger, right?
So you've decided to resurrect a
Oh
dead
my
Eon?
god.
No one's ever done
Wait,
such
what?
a
How are you going to do that? I didn't even get that from this. How are you going to resurrect it that Sunday? Come on. What the hell?
If Miss Himiko is interested, let's draw back the veil and speak candidly.
Oh no.
I've always firmly believed that people can understand one another through peaceful
Bro, you just used your powers to put someone in captivity. That's not peaceful. You've already done the opposite of peaceful.
I'm willing to divulge the unembellished truth as to the intentions of the Order's Pathstriders, so that you will make better judgment for the Astral Express, for Penacony, and for this stretch of the universe. Words can hardly do justice to the beauty
Oh
of
my
that.
god, so he's followed this for a while. He's been in this for a while. And it's so interesting that Welt, like, you know, because I honestly didn't think Sunday would, like, do this, but, like, it's interesting that Welt was, like, the person who was like, you gotta watch out for this. Like, even though, like, it's not a lack of trust, it's more of a situation where, like, I say it is lack of trust. We don't know Sunday very well, but I think it's one of those situations where Welt was being very smart. He's like, I'll go with them just in case. But I don't think he expected all of this to happen in that moment. So he's saying here, like, you know, if you hear about the Order and the intentions, maybe then you'll think it's actually, like, beautiful.
So, come with me, everyone. Let us retrace our steps and see once again where this road
This is insane. This is absolutely insane.
Huh? Where'd
He's
he
gonna
go?
resurrect an Eon of the Order.
Welcome. This isn't any location in Penacony's dreamscape. It's my inner world. The reason the scenery before you remains unchanged is because your consciousness has drawn on similar concepts to fill in the gaps.
Okay. That's interesting that the mind does that. You've imprisoned us?
Did you do the same to Welt?
It's a tuning process. Stronger in effect and more draining on the mind. The gray-haired guest has experienced it before, so she should understand what it entails.
Okay, so once again, utilizing your power to laud your power over us in this way too, again.
Tuning allows you to intuitively grasp my feelings, which also means that I cannot hide anything from you. Now, everyone, please look at the huge screen. The road we once took begins.
What are we looking at now? What are we looking at now?
From this point on,
The bird.
you will witness the numerous decisions I've faced. I've selected a portion of these to share with you. I believe after going through similar predicaments, you'll be able to better understand my thoughts. Let's begin. The first decision. A story about a baby bird.
Yeah, we did. And there's two birds here, right? Which is interesting.
This story happened when Robin and I were very young. We were victims of the Stellaron disaster, and the family's Mr. Gopher Wood, who would later become the Dream Master of Penacony, saw that we siblings had no one to turn to and took us in. Later on, Robin and I lived a time with nary a care in the world. One day, after dinner, while my younger sister and I were lounging about in Mr. Gopher Wood's yard, we spotted a fledgling Charmony dove all on its own.
So they're saying now at this moment they live with no care. Okay, and we heard about parts of the dove story as well already, but
That baby bird was tiny. It didn't even have all of its feathers, and it couldn't sing. When we found it, it was already on its last breath, having fallen into a shrub, probably abandoned by its parents.
it's kind of interesting that, like, you know, during a Stellaron disaster, like, they were at their lowest point as well, that this bird was at too, right?
We decided to build a nest for it right there and then. However, thinking back, that winter was unusually cold, with fierce winds at night in the yard, not to mention the many poisonous bugs and wild beasts in the vicinity. It was clear that if we left the fledgling in the yard, it stood no chance of surviving until spring. So, I suggested we take it inside, place it on the shelf by the window, and asked the adults to fashion a cage for it.
And they did do that, right?
We decided that when it regained its strength enough to spread its wings, we would release it back into the wild. The tragic part, something that we'd never considered, was that this bird's fate had already been determined long before this moment.
And what? So he's saying that, because the bird eventually did die. Is he saying that the bird was just, like, destined to die no matter what? Like, because the cage was open and the bird did die, right? That we know that later on, but he's saying that he feels like it was already, like, supposed to die?
Its destiny was determined by our momentary whim.
Okay.
Now, I pass the power of choice to you all. Faced with this situation, what choice would you make? Stick to the original plan and build a nest with soft net where the Charmony dove fell.
Oh. Do these choices actually matter as well, though? So, by the way, like, again, this is an important, before we go any further, if this is what's actually going to be happening here, like an actual choice, this story is an important part of Sunday's life, right? And I think what we're going to see is, like, maybe, like, the very much, like, the foundational aspects of Sunday's life that has led him to, like, want to follow and worship the idea and resurrect this Aeon, by the way. And this moment is so important because it was, like, a creature in danger, a creature that was hurt, you could say, that wouldn't survive on its own. And it represents, like, the idea of what they kind of, like, want for Penacony in a lot of ways, or what, like, they sell for Penacony in a lot of ways, which is the idea of, like, if we bring this bird with us, inside of a cage it can survive. Inside this cage it can live. Inside this cage it can have, like, a life of some sort. But if you let it outside the cage, just like if you let someone outside Penacony, the chances are that hurt bird won't last very long on its own in the wilderness. Just like a lot of the people who are here in Penacony, if you quote-unquote let them out, a lot of people would probably, like, fall on their own. Obviously, there's idea, I think, from a lot of people's perspectives, I would feel that way too. It's like people deserve a chance to fail. People deserve a chance to fall. Robin said herself, she wanted this bird to, like, even if it died, she wanted this bird to feel that freedom. And that's the freedom that she wants to feel as well. You know, there's analogies all the time of people feeling trapped inside of a cage, and I feel like that bird's a perfect analogy for this story as well. Yeah, like, that's always been a big part of it. But I don't know, like, if this is going to actually matter towards something. Like, you know, because I know, like, he's going to make us choose something, right? Because that's, like, the text for, like...
Or build a cage for it and feed it, giving it the utmost care from within the warmth of a home.
It's interesting. I might go with the Robin thing.
I eagerly await your answer.
It's actually so interesting. So we can actually choose the choice ourselves here now as well. Honestly, like, my ideals are that this one over here, right, have been like this the whole time. So I'm going to go with my own ideals. I'm not going to go with, like, again, it's one of those things where, like, yes, is the bird being protected is nice and all this stuff as well. But these have always been, like, the thing that I followed. I feel like I would be, like, a big hypocrite if I decided not to do that, right? Let's talk to the other characters here, see how they feel as well, like...
It looks like he really has no intention of imprisoning us. If it's just a quiz, I suppose it's fine to humor him.
Yeah.
Back to the question. I would personally choose to build the little Charmony dove a cage. No special reason. I do think that a fledgling should have the right to fly into the sky. But if it can't even live to that point, then there's nothing to talk about to begin with.
And it's not a terrible point, right? It's not a terrible point whatsoever. Like, if we know this, I'm playing a game called No, I'm Not a Human right now, and there's like choices like that as well, where it's like, well, they're gonna die anyway, or they're gonna do this, they're gonna die there, you know what I mean? And there's that thing where it's like, if they're already gonna die, then giving them some life inside of a cage, is that better than a life outside, like the short life? Is the short life? The answer is like what Himiko's saying. To her, the life in a cage is better than just dying outside, right? Because she knows it's gonna die anyway, right? Yeah, I think that's what she's saying. If it goes outside.
I can't decipher his intentions right now, but based solely on that question, I would probably choose to build that dove a cage.
Man.
Even if I was gonna release it back into the sky, it'd have to be strong enough to fly first. If I left it where I found it, I fear it'd never get the chance to fly ever again.
I think hearing that from Firefly is important too, as a character who isn't allowed right now to spread her own wings, right? Isn't allowed to spread her own wings. She needs that, and like she's a character who has like the cage of Sam surrounding her all the time as well.
That guy just casually throws this kind of question at us? What exactly is his deal?
I love when Marge gets pissed off.
I mean, I'll answer, I guess.
What's your answer?
If it were me,
Okay.
I guess I'd choose to build a cage for the little Charmony dove. After all, leaving it there, it's bound to get hurt by wild animals or something. And that'd just be too sad.
Okay. Yeah, no, I get what they're saying. Okay, so I think we're gonna go with the build a cage. And I know it's like, wait, did we talk to everyone, or do we have to talk to someone else? Honestly, I was leaning towards the build a nest on the spot, because I do believe in the idea of like that freedom aspect as well. But like as well, this is not just my choice as well. And I think that I should be listening to the other characters and how they feel as well. And I understand what they're saying as well, is that from their perspective, the cage right now isn't just the idea of like, I want to. From their perspective, what they're saying is the cage will help them like maybe eventually fly, right? But we know that like if you're relating it to Penacony, then that's the opposite of what it is. That's why it's kind of difficult here as well, you know? I might go with my original answer. And it's not because it's gonna sound so harsh because I'm like, oh, the bird's gonna die, and people are like, Calvin, like you're killing off the bird here. But I hope you get what I'm saying, is that like, I feel like their idea of what the cage is what I actually want from the real world, but we don't have that in the real world right now. Their idea of the cage is like it's a place that you can have some support and eventually get better and eventually do some great things. But the actual idea of the cage, when it relates to Penacony to me, is people losing their autonomy. I can't even pronounce it right now. Their autonomy altogether, and you know, basically wasting away in the dream. You know. I know this is killing the bird, right? But we know for a fact the bird will never get a chance to fly, even if it's in this cage. We know they won't get a chance to fly. When they eventually get their freedom, they die. So I'd rather allow them to have their freedom. Does that make sense? Does that make sense at all? Okay, let's go for this. I know I was going to choose the other one, but let's go. Sticking to the original plan and build a nest with the soft net. Yeah, yeah.
Interesting. Since you've made up your mind,
no,
allow me to reveal what fate this choice will bring to the fledgling.
You can understand that, like, wait, so, but here's the thing. He's going to say, well, what if you never let that bird out of the cage? But I'm just talking about the bird literally.
From what I've observed, there are at least 3 predators in that yard that prey on small birds.
And I know what they're saying with this.
Even if they shy away from humans, these animals are still near apex predators in a fenced location like a yard. In such a location, only one fate awaits that little Charmony dove. A painful death. As for the choice you made, I am deeply sorry. Now, let us advance to the second decision. This time, it's the story of a dream chaser.
It's very, like, interesting the way he's doing this, right? He's, like, making us live out these choices.
This story happened when
morally,
I was appointed
right?
as Bronze Melodia, a position exclusive to the Oak family, charged with listening to the problems and vexations of dreamscape residents and providing them with the relevant guidance. It was during that period that I had the opportunity to hear voices from all corners of the dreamscape.
This is the confession stuff, right?
Sorrow, arrogance, regret. The complex tapestry of human nature that formed the world. And I was fortunate to catch a glimpse of it.
Yeah, because he was listening to all these people's, you know, problems, like what they did, the horrible stuff they did. And again, like, it's not wrong in saying that, like, you get to see a glimpse into an aspect of human nature, whether that's, like, in fully accurate, like, you know, it's a aspect of human nature that's under threat of punishment and eternal damnation and guilt and all this stuff. So to me, it doesn't actually showcase the full nature of human, you know, what human nature could be. It's human nature under the umbrella of religious guilt.
He was a dream chaser and an illegal stowaway. Just like the rest of them, he came to Penacony in search of a better life. Except that, to most people, the price he paid, I suppose you could say it was everything.
Was that the guy who gave up his kids?
He told me, I sold everything I could at home.
So horrible.
The house, the land, even his 2 children. He said he could not afford to raise them, and that at least they could eat if they lived as slaves.
Is he going to make us make the choice of the parent? That's dark, if that's the case.
He had a plan in place. He would buy back his children once he had made his fortune, and enjoy Penacony's beautiful dream with them. Alas, his plan to smuggle himself was somewhat clumsy, and he was sniffed out by those pig-headed hounds. After hearing the Dream Chaser's story, I immediately appealed to the Bloodhound family to cease their pursuit. That way, at least he could live peacefully. But I was still too naive to the ways of the world. I did not anticipate that what I thought was a kind gesture would later lead to dire consequences.
Did he get into, like, more debt?
I'll tell you the outcome soon. For now,
what?
I'd like you all to make a choice.
See, and this is why these, again, I think it's intention. It is supposed to be like these moral quandaries, but, like, it is like one of those things where it's like, yeah, dude, you know the outcome, bro. Like, of course, like, you can make a more informed choice.
Will you do as I did and try to convince
the
Bloodhound family to stop their pursuit so that the Dream Chaser may live peacefully and realize his wishes? Or will you remain silent, leaving him to languish while the hounds are hot on his heels until his inevitable judgment arrives?
What the hell? Remain silent, enforce the law.
I look forward to everyone's decisions. Who knows? Perhaps they might even alter the outcome of this tragedy.
It's a really hard thing to do because, again, as I said, he's asking us all these moral questions that he knows the answer to, you know what I mean? And it's quite, again, once again feels like, again, he is like, almost like, it's like, again, this very religious feeling of something like above us, and this omnipotent voice talking down on us as well. My choice right now would be very difficult, right? And here's why. Convince the Bloodhound families to cease the pursuit, right? This ensures that someone just doesn't die, right? That this person doesn't die. That's, you know, it's like, okay, at least another person won't be suffering, right? At least one person won't be suffering. That's what you could say. Enforce the law, right, with the Bloodhound family and let them pursue him, right? He sold his children to slavery, guys. I'm just saying this right now. I understand that, like, they didn't have food. I understand, and that's horrible. That's absolutely horrible, right? But you need to understand that, like, selling your children as slaves. That is one of the darkest and horrible and disgusting fates that can ever befall anybody. They're no longer, in a lot of people's eyes, they're no longer human. You saw how they treated Aventurine. Their lives are basically forfeit. And again, Aventurine was just lucky enough that, not lucky, I want to say he wasn't lucky enough, but Aventurine was the type of character that was like determined enough and had such a hardened steel look on the world sometimes that he was able to like make something. But even him, he was like a slave for life. Even with the IPC, you know what I mean? He didn't get out of that stuff. You know? I think I'm gonna go whatever everyone thinks. What's the consensus? I think that's what I'm gonna go for, because I don't know.
It seems illegal stowaways are really quite common on Penacony. But that guy in the story, I don't think he deserves any sympathy
I don't have sympathy for this dude selling his kid into slavery.
He sold his kids to chase a dream. Even if he intended to go back for them, it's still insanely irresponsible.
That's the thing. It's like, oh, I'm gonna go back for them. How do you know you're gonna make money? You weren't sure at all.
With that thought, there's only one choice. Let the Bloodhound send him back home. This person deserves to be punished.
But then what happens to the kids? I don't think the kids are ever getting out of slavery. I want to say that right now. I don't think they're ever getting out of slavery. I don't see a path how they would with this type of dad.
A dream chaser story. If I acted out of kindness, I would probably ask the Bloodhounds to stop their pursuit and lend him a hand.
Looks like we might have a consensus with this.
But what cruel repercussion would this choice result in? I think Sunday must have been deeply impressed by the limitations of the strong defending the weak through this incident.
Again, if that's what the implications are of the strong defending the weak, right? I don't think Penacony is the perfect. I think it's a flawed thing, and I think it's, as I said, intentionally flawed. I don't think if you can actually say that Penacony is the strong really protecting the weak. It's the strong pacifying the weak. And again, I don't want to use the word weak, by the way. I hate using that because I don't think people are inherently weak. I think it's just it's the people with the means pacifying the people without means. That's what it is. Because people's strongness or weakness is usually based on like luck. You know, that's what it is. If you're someone who's powerful, you got there. You didn't get there because like you had a lot of advantages. You had a lot of advantages.
This question, surely it has some connection to the baby bird story. And this connection is precisely the breakthrough Sunday aims to use to persuade us.
I didn't even think of it that way, Firefly.
I'd probably choose to ask the Bloodhounds to cease their pursuit.
Okay. So, if this is related to the... How would we relate this to the bird story, then? In your guys' eyes. Because it's like... If you let him go free from this cage that he's in with the Bloodhound family, will another dire thing happen? Will he... Because he said, that's what he's saying, something else dire will happen. And maybe that's how it relates to the bird. When the bird was let out of the cage, they died. If the bird is not in their cage, they die. If the law obtains him and sends him home, will he be safe then after that? Something happens once you convince the Bloodhound family to cease their pursuit. I'm not sure, so I'm going to go with the consensus. The majority. And that is this one over here. Because I'm just not sure, guys, and I will be here forever. I will be here forever. I know it's not as fun, but I hope you guys understand, like, my thought process on this here, like, if I had to choose one, I don't know what I'd choose. Because, yes, what he did was absolutely abhorrent. He sold his children into slavery. I want to repeat this. He sold his children into slavery. And yes, I know the argument of, oh, they didn't have any food. But I just don't... I'll be here forever. Because I understand the idea of, like, something bad will happen if we do this, but also here at the same time, too, those children are like, you know, like he deserves to be punished for what he did. But if we do this, are the children then trapped forever? Even though I think they are. I think it's done. I think those children are never getting out of slavery. I think it's done. I think it's horrible, but they're never getting out of slavery. If we convince the Bloodhound to cease their pursuit, something dire will still happen. If we relate to the bird, then something probably to do with his own... Something else happens that's even more horrible. If we convince him to leave, I'm guessing he survives and goes back to his planet. But, he suffers on that planet alone now, without anybody. I don't know, guys. I hope you forgive me. I'm going to go with majority here. Himiko and Firefly, because again, it's one of those really tough situations. I'm going to go with this one over here, I guess. Will you try to convince the Blood family to stop their pursuit so the dream changers may live peacefully and realize his wishes? Yeah, sure. This is I would be here forever, guys. We'd be here forever.
I'm honored to witness you arriving at the same decision. Out of respect, I'll share with you the dire consequences that my choice back then brought about. First, the outcome. He attained major success. After avoiding capture, he ran a business for a few years, very quickly making a name for himself.
Okay, so he's able to get his children.
His status. He might not have become a tycoon like old Audie, but he was considered a character of excellent repute.
Yeah, I don't like where this is going already.
Now then, did he realize the wish he set out to achieve? No. The last time I saw him was in the real world, where the hounds were going to permanently exile him, and I was the accompanying bronze melodia. The mission was simple. Listen to the criminal.
So he ended up not even like, even when he had the money, he didn't even get his children out of there. Holy hell.
He told me the reason he was in this predicament was because he conspired to usurp
Jesus
the head
Christ.
of the Alfalfa family. When I asked him about his two children, he instead responded with a question. What children?
Did he make it up?
In the end, my heart aligned with the harmony, and the good deed I dared to undertake held no value, turning instead into a wrongdoing. It created a
What the hell?
oppressor and countless oppressed individuals.
Did he just lie to get, or did it's either he lied or he forgot his kids? Either way, really horrible.
As to your choice, I once again offer my heartfelt apologies. Next comes the third and final decision.
This is actually very tough. Like, I can only praise it a lot by the way by saying that, like, I feel like, you know, if you're doing a moral question, a bunch of moral quandaries like this, I think the worst thing you could do is actually make it like very easy. And I think it's actually like there's some questions here that I'm actually just kind of like, what is even happening? You know what I mean? Like, and how do I make this decision? And I think it's actually a good thing. I think it's a good thing that we're sitting here going like, oh, but if I do this and I do that, oh, what if I don't do this? Maybe this won't happen. You know, I think it's actually a good thing.
The story this time is my own.
Okay.
This story happened the day I was appointed the Oak family head. At that time, Mr. Gopherwood was the current Dream Master, and as per his wish, we had a private conversation.
Okay.
What surprised me was that the Dream Master had only come to deliver a letter to me. He let me read its contents, and it was a letter from my sister. The letter contained the usual pleasantries, anecdotes from her travels, nothing out of the ordinary. Just as I started wondering how this letter related to our discussion, the Dream Master began to speak.
It was Robin, right?
My sister, of course. But why would you personally visit me to hand me a letter from my sister containing mere trivialities?
Can I say as well, Sunday's really pretty here. He's really, really pretty here.
To help you grasp the full scope of this issue, do you know where Robin is at this moment?
Where is she?
From what the letter indicates, she must be in Caspelina 8, correct? She's touring there
It's
right
so
now.
cool to hear that Robin does tours as well, right?
Correct. Has she mentioned anything about a stray bullet?
Stray bullet?
A stray bullet?
What?
Yeah.
A war has broken out on that planet. It is because of this very reason that Robin chose this destination.
What?
To spread the word of the harmony. And to save the lives of that planet. She personally made for the front.
So she truly believes in the idea of like spreading the harmony, right? She was always fully on board with the idea. But this is like definitely like, even if like, you don't agree with the harmony, right? In Robin's intentions, it's very like humanitarian-esque, to like go here and do this for people.
She hoped to ease the people's suffering with song, and was willing to brave mortal danger to deliver the IPC's medical supplies.
Wow.
Unfortunately, stray bullets show no such compassion.
Wait, what?
Is she all right?
The fear in his voice.
Is she all
You
right?
can't, like, Sunday, you can't tell me like that the you we were talking to is not just like a mangled version of like stuff that's happened to you throughout your life. I truly believe there's something else in Sunday that isn't just what we're talking to in that other room. I truly believe so. The fear in his voice.
If the operation was successful, she should probably be recovering in the field hospital.
So she got shot with a stray bullet?
By the eon above, the bullet struck her neck.
Jesus!
Yet, possibly as a reward for her consistent deeds of harmony, it didn't hit any vital arteries.
That is lucky beyond belief.
Outstanding tasks. It'd be advisable to write her back as soon as possible.
To write her back, you'll go talk to her.
Those damned savages. I'll pack my bags right away. My gratitude for bringing this to my attention, Mr. Gopher.
Yeah, but is the Dream Master being manipulative in some way?
Now you understand why she always wears such elaborate neck ornaments.
Oh my god, I didn't even think of that.
How could this happen? Miss Robin.
She got a stray bullet shot in her neck. And wait, are they gonna say where? They're gonna try, is the moral quandary here to say that Robin could have died while she was spreading the idea of harmony? And that the people who she was spreading harmony to, it was better off if she didn't or something?
It's all in the past, so please don't worry. I share this in the meager hope that you will understand the harmony's limitations and predicament. As grandiose as the strong defending the weak sounds, many times, it is nothing more than wishful thinking.
Because she's saying even in this moment when Robin, who had the means, as you say, the means, to go and spread joy, joy, she's not freaking Santa Claus, to go spread, what was the word they used? Did they say it here? It was to, it was medical supplies, but also is to ease people's suffering. Yeah, ease people's suffering. He's saying that the limitations of this is that the harmony didn't even protect her from getting a bullet in her neck.
Likewise, I've prepared one last question, one last choice. But rest assured, this choice will not have any grave consequences.
Because when he said here as well, like the idea that like it's more than more than wishful thinking. He's saying that Robin went here to protect the quote unquote weak, and to ease the suffering of the weak, quote unquote. And because of that, she got a bullet in her neck. So that's why he's saying it's sometimes just wishful thinking.
Because this is merely a figment of imagination, a nightmare that has haunted me through countless nights. If you ever had the opportunity to make a choice like I
Wait, so what is a figment of his imagination?
Would you still support Robin's journey on the path of harmony?
Interesting. Is he wait, okay, you guys can explain this to me if you want. Is he saying that the actual bullet, no, is it real or is it or just the question is a part of his imagination because there's no consequences to it because maybe the actual question itself is a part of his imagination? Stop Robin going on her journey? Nope. Support Robin going on her journey. I would definitely support her. And here's why. That's Robin's choice. I would not aim to stop her. My choice will be to support Robin. Yes, right. She got shot on her journey of harmony, right? But people who are aiming to help people like that, I'm just saying this right. I'm not saying I want Robin to be shot, but people who aim to help people like that, you guys know this as well as I do. They understand, especially when they go to war-torn places like that, they understand that stuff could happen. It shouldn't happen, but stuff could happen that's dangerous. People don't go to those places to help out if they don't know something will happen. I'm not saying it's okay that she got shot, but I want to make that clear. It's not okay, right? It's horrible what happened to her. But I think if you ask Robin, I don't know. To me, she has the personality of someone who would do it again in a heartbeat. She believes in the idea of the harmony so much so that, like, when it started to get corrupted, she refused to sing. I don't know. I think I'd support her.
I can't believe that happened to Miss Robin. The strong defending the weak is a great mantra, but if I had to pay such a price, I don't know what I'd do.
Yeah, and it's one of those things where, like, yeah, they're talking about, oh, it's a great saying to have, you know? But I think also, and that's why, by the way, Sunday's saying, I can make this possible. It's not possible right now, but I can make this possible to defending the weak. Also, the bullet through the throat, by the way, or the neck, that is very symbolic of, like, you know, the thing that Robin uses to, like, you know, spread harmony is her voice, right? And in the process of spreading harmony, it almost stopped her being able to spread that ever again. So she's saying she doesn't know what she'd do.
I often feel like I've dreamt of similar scenes on certain nights. In the dream, I see blurry faces.
Really?
I don't know who they are, but I sympathize with all of them. Fighting for survival against some unfathomable force.
So she's always also had dreams of people being, like, maybe, like, hurt fighting as well?
Their confusion and fear are lucid to me. But I also remember they chose never to give up.
Right.
Just like Miss Robin.
This is my feeling on it. I think if you ask Robin right now...
If Mr. Sunday's question leaves you puzzled, you should find the answer from your own experiences.
Oh?
With each trailblaze, dangers and tribulations will surely follow.
Yes.
But would you ever back away? Would you stop March and Don Hung
Oh,
from reaching
Himiko.
their next destination?
She knows how to hit me in the heart.
I believe you have an answer of your own.
Yes. 110%. Because that's so true. It's like we know as trailblazers that we're going to encounter danger. We're going to encounter something really terrifying. Does that mean we won't do it? Does that mean we choose not to do it? No. We keep going. That's the whole point of a trailblazer. And again, if March, do you think, yes, 100%, March, Don Hung has been in danger. He's got attacked by Blade before, right? He was nearly arrested on the show. All this stuff, right? March had her story with where she was like, you know, she was trying to deal with the Garden of Recollection and stuff like this as well. If I asked Don Hung and March tomorrow, do you guys want to stop this? They would tell me no. Just like if I asked Robin tomorrow, they would tell me no as well. I know this. I know they would. I know she would.
Robin's courage is admirable. And here I was thinking she was just another superstar celebrity. But the fact that she's also Mr. Sunday's younger sister? No, I doubt he'd wish harm on his own flesh and blood, no matter how grand the ambition.
I truly 110% believe in Sunday's heart of heart that he is not doing anything bad for Robin. That in this process of trying to stop her on the path to harmony, then the process of trying to stop her from, to bring her onto the path of the Great One and stuff like this as well, I truly believe that he believes that he is not doing anything wrong. I want to make that clear. I 100% believe that he thinks he is actually saving people, and he's actually saving her. There's no doubt in my mind. There's no doubt in my mind that he loves her. There's no doubt in my mind that he has care for her. There's not a doubt in my mind about that. But it's the aspect of, like, again, just because you love someone and want to protect someone doesn't mean you can keep them there forever. Now, the analogy would be that as well, like, if you're talking about the bird in the cage, this is the cage. This is the bird being free. Yes, there's dangers in the world. Yes, there's, you don't know what's going to happen. But I still support Robin on her journey. Will you make this choice? Make the decision.
I see.
Yes. What an interesting sequence.
I am now aware of everyone's stances.
I'm actually really impressed by that. I'm impressed because it wasn't just easy questions. There was actually, like, a lot of debate we could have, a lot of conversations we could have, and, like, hear from every other character as well. It was very, very interesting. I actually found it to be, I think they did a very good job. They did a very good job with that. I'm not aware of everyone's stances.
Raising these questions merely serves to illustrate one point. The plight of Penacony cannot be salvaged by the harmony. The true foundation for a sweet dream paradise can only be established through the order where the strong govern the weak.
And this is the thing, he describes it earlier as him like, oh, we can actually help the weak in this way, right? He wants to create this new order of life where the strong govern quote unquote the weak, right? And again, this is just giving him ultimate power, giving the Dream Master ultimate power. Like, this is like, it's again, it goes against the right now it seems good, because what Sunday's thinking, I know what Sunday's thinking. He wants to avoid the death of Robin. He wants to avoid more people getting hurt. But he doesn't understand that this is, once again, trapping people in an even bigger cage. This is what this is going to do. And again, like I said, I know he loves Robin. I think one of the reasons why he has this mindset that seems so tunnel vision right now is because he truly believes he's helping Robin. I know he does. But this isn't the way to go about it. It's not the way to go about it. It's not. And he did that to illustrate, hey, Robin went to this place and she got shot.
I know the suffering of being tormented, the turmoil of losing your way, how sorrow and even despair set in when matters don't work out. All of this causes me unending pain, because this is not what happiness is.
So he's saying right now that he's like, I've felt this pain when things don't work out, when things fail. But I truly believe that sometimes you have to let people fail. You know, you have to. It's horrible to say, but sometimes people will fail. Sometimes things won't work out, and it's horrible, but that's the way things go sometimes. It is.
We must teach the weak how to live a happy life.
No.
And this life isn't some noble propriety that the upper crust preaches, but in definitive terms, a way of survival that belongs to everyone.
But the problem is like we must teach the weak how to live a happy life. That sounds like to me saying like to give them a set path of how they have to live. That is not what anyone should have. I think people should be given support. We saw that earlier. We talked to the lovely kids, and like 2 orphans, wasn't it? And one had autism, and you know those kids. And one kid, you know, like it's one of those situations where like they deserve a happy life of freedom and to do whatever they want with their lives. And it doesn't mean you let them out of the cage and go do whatever you want. You know what I mean? Leave Penacony and do what you want, because that's not going to help. But support on every level so that they can move on and get into life and become that part of the world that they deserve to be a part of. So I talk about this later in the video, but I think it's relevant to talk about it now. I think I don't want to make it seem like Sunday is calling all the individual people weak. I think he uses that term weak as a kind of a catch-all term for everybody he believes will have a better chance in this idyllic world when they wouldn't have had a chance in the other, like in the real world, because in a lot of ways they would have been either like attacked or taken advantage of or slaughtered in some way. And I know it sounds harsh to say, but I think that's why he was using that term. I still think, obviously, the word weak, I will always like go against using that word, because I don't think people are generally like considered weak. I think the idea of weak and strong is kind of like relative in general. It doesn't really like apply all the time in the way that everyone thinks, because everyone has different ideas of what is strong and what is weak and all this stuff. So I never like to apply it to that. But I don't want to make it sound like Sunday is individually going to like 2 orphans and being like, these 2 are weak, and going to like, you know, the kid with autism being like weak, and going to like the personal life where I'm going weak. I think he's using it as like a all-encompassing term to talk about the people that he believes don't have as much of a chance in the real world. And yes, the whole part of the story is that he's using the term weak in a very, I think, in somewhat of like a way that is kind of frustrating. But I don't want to make it seem like he's individually calling like these different types of things, like orphans or someone with autism or someone on life support, weak. I think it's a catch-all term, just like everyone does. It doesn't matter if you're someone who is in a wheelchair. It doesn't matter if you're someone with autism, right? Everyone deserves to live a happy life, right? It doesn't matter if you're 2 orphans. It doesn't matter. They deserve to live a happy life, right? And I want to make it clear as well. It sounds bad. It sounds like I'm just calling, like, when I say the word weak, I'm like, oh, it's the people with autism and someone. I'm not saying that, by the way. I'm saying that, like, in Sunday's idea of Penacony, of an idea of the order, it's helping people who cannot help themselves. And the people we've met so far was those orphans, was the people who like were sick on a life ventilator, were people who like in some cases were like had no food. It's those people they were using to describe. It's an all-encompassing title for stuff that I don't. And the reason I quote and go quote unquote weak is because I truly don't believe these people are weak. I just think that everyone, whether it's someone who doesn't have any food, it's someone who does have, a difference in their brain or the way they think about the world, the way they see the world. It's someone who has an injury. It's someone who was orphaned. All those things. I don't see all that as weak. What I see it as is like, give them support. There's nothing wrong with giving support so that they can live the happy life that they should and deserve to live. Just like everyone deserves to live a happy life. Telling people how to live, not the way or teaching people how to have a happy life, people need to find that by themselves, I feel like, you know? That's the way I feel.
So what is your definition of
That's a good question, Firefly.
life?
I'm very passionate about this.
Good question. Human consciousness is fundamentally an illusion, a cage known as self-worth.
He's talking about something like this earlier as well, right?
People lured in by this illusion make mistakes, yet still ask that external influences bear the burden.
So wait, he's saying that people will make mistakes and then like it's saying that people from the outside are to blame. Like, oh, this happened to me because of this happened to me because of that. And he's saying the cage is known as self-worth. It's like a cage that makes you feel like what your worth actually is when in reality it could be more, I guess? Maybe?
When one mistake after the next permeates the masses, they become impossible to trace. Thus, the amassing of these individual cages culminate to form a prison. A place dictated only by the rule of survival of the fittest.
I totally get that in Sunday's mind, he truly believes he's going to eliminate the idea of like that the weak will just fail and die, right? And again, I use the word weak because that's the word they use. I'm going to say it over and over again. I don't mean it that way. But like, when in reality, like, if you establish this new order where you're telling people how to live happy lives, what happens when two people come along and they say and try to rebel against that? What happens to them? And then you, in your power and your privileges and all this stuff, puts an end to that. Is that not like an aspect where like it goes against what you're saying here in a way?
Nature is always accompanied by predation and sacrifice. Its antithesis is known
So
as
he's saying
order.
the order to him is like the antithesis of like predation and sacrifice in terms of nature. And the opposite is order. So to him, like, order is just the definition is like the opposite of like people sacrificing, people hurting is an order.
That is what I want to do. Unite people's happiness under the banner of order. They won't need to make bitter choices
Jesus,
any longer,
Sunday.
nor face the weaknesses of humanity. They can cast aside their primal instincts to build a haven for mankind.
This isn't the way to live, though, at all. It's a control. To me, it's very controlling. This idea of building a haven where like all the primal instincts are gone. I just don't see it. It's not something I see.
Simply describing thoughts is far too abstract. So allow me to provide a simple example. As you all may know, there are societal norms like weekends and long weekends that exist on some
We love a long
worlds.
weekend, don't we?
During these hard-earned rest days, people are given the chance to extricate themselves from the stresses of everyday life, allowing a certain tranquility to return to their souls.
Okay.
And it is only on these days that people do not have to adhere to the law where the strong prey on the weak. They can live out their lives happily during these brief intermissions. It's just a pity that 2 or 3 days are still too fleeting compared to the span of a lifetime.
Is he saying he wants eternal long weekends?
From where I stand, society's ideal system should be 7 rest days. Following Sunday, there should ensue a second, a third,
Okay.
and indeed an infinite procession of Sundays. This should be the face of the new world. Idyllic, eternal, peaceful days.
100%, I totally get what he's saying here, is that like when we're all on our days off, for most people, it means we don't have to listen to our boss. We don't have to like listen to that. We don't have to like help out the awful person at work. We don't have to get annoyed by customers who are talking down to us, right? This is true, right? And I'm not saying this doesn't sound amazing. You know, I think if you told someone who's working in construction or someone who's working in retail, hey, how would you like 7 days off every week? Do you not think they're jumping at that? Do you not think they're going like, hey, yeah, sure? But the problem is that it's too idyllic to me. It's like, you know the way when someone comes to you and says, hey, like, do you want... If someone came to you and said, hey, do you want $10 million right now? The first thing I feel like people's minds go to is like, yeah, but... Counterfeit? Crime? What happened here? You know what I mean? It's too idyllic.
Every person can return to their base selves in this utopia. Some gaze in reverence at the stars, pouring their whole beings into calculating the distance between us and the isolated world of Pagada.
Starting rail to the rails, is it?
Some seek refuge in quiet corners, holding one another, unencumbered by the chains of unwelcome obligations.
So he's saying that a lack of obligations is what like will help people come to peace in this world, because if there's no obligations to make money or to do all this stuff, it means that people won't be have like that driving ambition, which makes them more powerful, I guess. It's interesting you said Star Rail Silver Rail's starting point is Pagana, right? As well, you mentioned this too.
There would be no need to bear the hardships of reality. Only in this way can humanity face the inevitable end with the purest of spirit.
Oh, come on.
Living a life of dignity. This is what it is to live in
I have no doubt in my mind that eliminating all like obligations and like having people like, you know, have time off all the time, right? Fantastic stuff. I would like absolutely love that 100%. But you guys, what I'm saying, when it's like so idyllic to the point that like, I don't think you'd have to do something else to eliminate people's... Humans are crazy, right? People are crazy. Personalities are crazy. People always want more. And whilst I understand that it's like, oh, like I totally like it's totally idyllic and so it was so beautiful to have that 7 days off where nobody has any obligation, no one can do anything. I think it's only a matter of time until like about 10 people get together and go like, well, I actually want more.
Miss Firefly, you who are stricken with
bringing this
entropy
up.
loss syndrome, you of all would surely understand this.
We know about the stuff with Sam as well. Again, for her, it would be... And then we think about that as well. For people like her who's thinking about this stuff as well, it's like, 7 days of just like no problems, right? 7 days of no... not having to worry about the Sam suit every single week.
It sounds like a flawless theory.
Yeah, that's the thing. It does sound like, again, it's idyllic. It's beautiful. It's the idea that no obligations, no one has any thirst for power. No one has to work. People can focus on just like being their innate selves at their souls, right? But it's so idyllic, you know? Even Himiko was like a little bit like, that does sound like pretty incredible. Firefly.
But what is the price to
It's a great question. An absolute great question.
The cost is minute, merely a personal and eternal sacrifice.
Minute?
If this paradise is to be maintained for everyone, someone must remain trapped in solitary awakening until the end of the cosmos.
Wait. So what, is it just one person? Are you saying it's...
Awakening. Which means that this so-called paradise is still a dream. Stepping into this paradise means forsaking reality, correct?
Right. And that's another thing as well. If you're like stepping into a dream, like how stable is this as well? And like in this case, yeah, you're avoiding reality. And then one person has to make this sacrifice all this time too?
It is not forsaking, but transcending.
You can use different words for it if you want.
Blood, sorrow, weakness. If the physical is the root of spiritual suffering, it is only logical that we defeat it.
But in this supposed
Come on, Firefly.
bliss, people won't have defeated their demons. The chance to overcome their tribulations would be forever lost
Wow.
to them. In other words, it is an escape.
And it's interesting here as well that like what Sunday was saying is like he sees the physical form, as being like the thing that's the problem. So if you eliminate that problem, then all the suffering will go away. But Firefly is saying here is that like this quote unquote bliss means that no one's is going to be able to. And again, I want to make it clear as well. Like, I think the whole idea of like people becoming better after going through suffering, I don't like that idea. I think people become better despite their suffering, not because of their suffering. But I think what she's saying here is the idea that like it's just putting a band-aid over these situations once again. It's another band-aid.
That's another way of understanding it. But there is no shame.
I wouldn't
in
shame
escape.
people.
On the contrary, the seeds of escape exist in everyone's hearts.
Seeds of escape. Yeah, it's, you know what I mean? It's not something that like I'm going to shame anyone at all, like for thinking this way or even for wanting this. Never. If someone in the comment section says like, well, actually, Calvin, I suffer with this all the time, and I have this thing where this, like, say my knee is constant, I guess my back is like this, I have this in my mind, I would love to get this escape. I would never judge anyone for that at all, ever.
Don't you agree, Miss Firefly? And as for why life
That's the question. Yeah, that's the answer.
It is because we are afraid to awaken from our dreams. But this is not in conflict with the grand plan. Only in acknowledging this can we truly understand the frailty of human nature, and from there, show compassion and protection.
Could you not move towards compassion? And I understand it's hard in the real world and protection in the real world. Could we not do that?
I admit that you are a born leader.
Yes.
Your perspective on humanity brims with pessimism.
Yes.
Yet you express compassion for all. Even when your heart
And
pities
that's the thing. I like I said, I truly believe that Sunday believes every word that he is saying right now. I truly believe that he has a compassion for people. I don't think for a second that there's any part of Sunday that feels like he's lying or that he doesn't care about people. He doesn't care about Robin, you know?
But unlike you, I live for the self.
Right.
From my perspective, individuals making
Yes.
choices for themselves is their
Yes.
birthright.
Yes. And I think that's one of the things that's like, you know, the Sam suit is, it kind of, and that's what Firefly's story has been. The idea of like, she said this to Blade, do we not all get to make their own choices? You know what I mean? And Blade didn't shut her down. He just kind of went like, look, let's move on a bit. She's constantly trying to go off script. Because even in her life, where she could find a place where she could like end her feelings that she has now with the syndrome she has, right? She still wants to make choices for herself, and she deserves the right to do that.
The want to escape may be innate in the weak. But whether they are weak or not, it is not
Yes,
up to another
yes,
to
that's
decide.
yes. It's not up to one person. It's not up just to the people who have power to decide.
Perhaps in your mind, you also view me
Oh my
as
God, Firefly. This is what I was saying, like, the word weak is used to describe so many people that I wouldn't consider weak. I would never consider Firefly weak, even though he was, talking about how we can help the weak, quote unquote.
Because
Yes. I don't think so either. Yes, look at him.
Since Miss Firefly has said her piece, the Astral Express will also naturally.
Oh my
give
God,
you
Himiko
ours.
stepping in as well.
We'll leave it to you. Just as Mr. McHale instructed before. Tell him our
Oh my
choice.
God. Wait. Not long ago.
what is this place?
What are we doing? Misha, what are you doing here? That was an amazing scene, by the way. I'm glad to see my son. Of course I am, Have you been doing your homework? But like, honestly though, like that scene with Firefly is incredible. Absolutely incredible. Because this is a build-up of her character. And we're not even finished, by the way. We're not even finished. But like, this build-up of Firefly's character has been this way since we met her. It's a character that has been like, you know, lost and feeling like she wants to kind of like, you know, as she said, there's a feeling of escapism inside of her, but she also wants to be able to go off script because she believes she deserves to make the choices for herself. And she looks Sunday dead in the eye, or at least like when he, you know, to his back, as she said, do you see me as weak as well? Because that's what I've been talking about for the past hour, for the past few episodes. Well, for this episode, the idea of weak and strong versus weak. Or last episode too, we were talking about this as well. I use quote-unquote weak all the time because I don't believe that the people that Sunday sees as weak through his clouded vision and his fear of losing Robin and his fear of losing the people on Penacony and the fear of seeing other people getting hurt. I don't see that. I that's why he calls people weak, right? And I don't think he means it in a way where he's like trying to be like super offensive or anything like that. But as we said, the guy on life support, the child who was learning to, the child who was learning how to what you call it? I'm trying to use the words properly here as well, so correct me if I'm wrong at any point. But the kid with autism as well, right? Who was like learning stuff from the lady as well. This is the guy in life support, the kid with autism, the two orphans, the people that we talk to that like, even people that come here because like their old life just slightly sucked, right? It's this all-encompassing term for weakness when I would not call those two orphans who came here weak. To even make the attempts to come here that strong. I would not call the guy who made the choice to live here either weak. I don't think that a feeling of like, I need to escape here is weakness. I think that it's just your emotional capacity. It's who you are as a person, right? The same way with Firefly. I wouldn't call that Firefly weak at all. Someone who's trying to defy the script constantly, that's not someone who's weak. Someone who will stand up for people like this, that's not weak. Someone who will stand like firm with their opinions like this, that's not weakness to me. That's not weakness. It's not.
Does this place ring any bells,
Wait.
Misha?
Was this before this happened?
I don't know, but I feel a sense of deja vu. What is
this the place that we first met the meme and Black Swan?
It's the realm within a dream bubble. This was left to the Astral Express by
Oh.
a nameless, but weirdly, when we entered it, it was completely empty.
Wait, when Misha enters here, it's not?
Dr. Edward from the Dreamscape sales store told me that dreams are formed from memories, and a dream bubble can't take shape if its core is empty.
Okay. So, dreams are formed from memories, and a dream bubble can't take shape if its core is empty. Wait.
So I thought you might be able to help us in unraveling this mystery, Misha. As a hotel doorman, you know Penacony best.
Okay, and if Himiko is bringing Misha in here, that means Misha can do this.
I don't know much about dream
Oh, my
bubbles,
son.
But if you want to figure out what this mansion is, I'll do my best.
Oh, I'll do my best. No homework. No homework. I'll write you a note. No homework.
I'm counting on
No
you.
homework whatsoever.
Himiko, I still don't get it. Why were you so sure that Misha
So he
had
has a
connection
connection.
with
What?
this dream bubble?
What type of connection?
I wasn't sure. It was just a hunch. But since Misha feels familiar with this place, my hunch might be correct.
This place does look a bit familiar.
Exactly. This is where you and Firefly encountered death, which we now know as dormancy. Considering its connection to Dreamflux Reef, it's not surprising it appeared here. The question now is, who brought you here? Based on the clues we have so far, it's unlikely to be that masked fool. So identifying them is crucial to us.
Okay.
We're drawing closer to the truth once more. Let's give Misha some time, as I believe he'll unveil the secret of this dream bubble.
That's my son. He can do this. So Misha has what type of connection does Misha have to this?
All right.
It's gonna be so adorable.
But there are doors all over the place. Which one should we choose? Do you have any idea?
Whatever
Misha?
you pick, we'll go with. Okay.
I
guess maybe this.
Stell turns to Himiko. Look at his little hat. You see the little hat? Yes, I see the little hat. March? Yeah, I saw the little hat. And he's a bow tie in the back of his neck. That's adorable. Guys, oh yeah, this is actually really good. Yeah, we're going to be ending the video here. I've been going on for nearly 3 hours now. It just makes sense to end the video here. So we're helping Misha recover his memory. So Misha has a connection somewhat to this, to Mikhail as well. And by the way, I love that. I love when they take a character who seems like kind of like inconsequential in the way when you meet them for the first time and they're like, hey, I'm just this guy who's helping you to guide you here. And they end up being a lot more important than they actually are. But also, like, I don't want to say a character's like not important, you know what I mean? I think a character is incredibly important, even if they're like, even in small doses, right? But I think it's very interesting that we have this Misha thing here as well. Like why is Misha important here? And that's gonna be a question going forward as well. This is so interesting. This has been such a fantastic time. Let's get to the Express and we'll talk about all the stuff we've seen so far. So I do think that the stuff in Penacony is one of the most well-written pieces of fiction that I got into play on this channel, and I love it so much because it's slow, meticulous, right? It is slow and it is meticulous, right, at times, right, in terms of like how much dialogue there is, but right, I think that they're doing such a good job at like creating these conversations that are always so interesting. So I would never be like, oh, it's too slow. For me, it's like, it's very meticulous. And there's a lot of ground to cover and a lot of emotions to deal with, a lot of very intricate details to deal with as well. So it's very... I'm glad that we have this. I'm glad we're doing a story where they don't brush by things. We're focusing on every detail because every detail is important. And then obviously I understand I'm making it longer too because I also like Yap a lot. You know, they call me Sir Yaps a lot, you know, down at the YouTube factory, you know. Hey, here comes Sir Yaps a lot. Come to yap about something else? Well, the thing about that... but I like talking. I think I don't know if I told that story before, but like legitimately, I was in a youth center, one point, and I was like, I was with my friend. We were both like teenagers, and I was talking so much during like a game of Call of Duty I was playing with her that she went, "Do you ever see those like YouTuber guys? Would you ever do that?" And I was like, "What is it? What is a YouTuber?" Or as a YouTuber, and like she showed me like Markiplier, and I was like, oh yeah, and I think it was because I was like, oh, you saying because I'm like good at talking? And she's like, no, you just talk a lot. Like I was like, fair enough. But yeah, I thought this was an amazing episode that we got to go through here today as well. Like this amazing part we got to go through today. Like I said, like I had one downside. I just felt like them. And in fairness, this is where where it's one of those things where it's like it's not that bad at all. We had the really fun question thing as well, and then I went into the Clockie thing, which again, the Clockie thing in particular was fun, but for some reason I felt like maybe it was like the fact that we had to do like an exploration mini game, and maybe it was because I was comparing it to the other mini game that I was like a little bit down on it. But in reality, like the Clockie thing is actually fun. I just felt like the pacing slowed down a bit just for that moment. That's all. And then right afterwards, it picked up in such an amazing way that like, you know, it's like, you know, it almost feels like a roller coaster of like, ooh, you know, it's actually pretty, it's okay. Like, it's not that big of a deal. But in terms of the whole thing, I actually had like such a great time with this. I thought it was amazing. We had this thing where like we obviously got to face Argenti, which is so amazing. So glad to see him. Had such a good time with this. We went through this whole kind of journey to get to the final stage here. And by the way, Argenti showing up is amazing. It's such a good choice. Just a small thing. I don't know if he's going to appear again in the story, but I'm glad he was there. I love Argenti. But yeah, like we then showed up and we saw Sunday there in the middle of this like kind of like the final area of this world, I guess, as well. And at this point, we knew Sunday was acting a bit weird. I think they did it in a really good way where like you question everything in Penacony, right? Is it a dream? Is it sparkle? Is it this? Is it that? And my mind was racing. And that's why I know this game is so good, is because if this game can make you with one facial expression and one line make my head go, sparkle, dream, is he real? Is this what's happening? You know what I mean? All this stuff going through your head. And I think that's a really good trait of this game, is that they're able to do that. And Sparkle has done that too. That's why Sparkle is such an important character to this too, is because you never know when she might show up again. Even when she's not here, she's scaring me, you know? But we were talking, and rightly so when he was talking to us, I love that like Himiko, it was so centered and called back to the idea of like, where the hell is Welt? What happened to Welt? Because she knows Welt. She knows Welt would contact them if anything happened. And that's when we got to that conversation, which is one of the most important conversations we've had in this game. And that is Welt basically Columboing his way to finding out the truth about what is being worshipped here in Penacony. And actually, like, if I could, we're not going to look at it too much because I don't want to get any spoilers for it. We're looking at the end of all this as well, by the way. In terms of the Eons, they added a new faction, by the way. Oh, I guess it's the Order, right? I'm guessing it's the Order. So is the one here? What would be the one? Like, if you go into factions, I'm guessing they added a new faction. No, maybe not. Or maybe the Order was already here. Here it is, Beyond the Sky Choir. The Family Harmony. So yeah, we're not going to be reading this right now. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be reading this later on. And I hope that makes sense. So we have like other stuff here as well. The Family Harmony, all this stuff too. I hope that makes sense. It's the way I like to do it. I know people disagree, but I have been spoiled before with the data bank as what happened. Oh wait, there's another term as well. Eden. And again, it's end of it's my decision, but like I have been spoiled before. Where like I remember in Xian's show, I read the data bank, and then like an hour later they explained what was in the data bank. And I think what's good is that I think the data bank is a great supplementary material where I'll go, okay, I've now done this. Let's read about this, and we've done that so many times. It's been so fun, and it's added so much to our experience in that way too. But yeah, Welt Columboed the situation to the point that he was able to figure out that they kept talking about their god, but never truly mentioned Chipe in that way. And he was wondering, and again, he obviously already knew the story of this god that was the great one, who was in the who like I guess the Order is what follows him, who was able to create like civilization with the flick of a wrist, and create like all this like stuff with the flick of the wrist, but he fell and was absorbed by the harmony, but still the path still exists, and not only that, the corruption that is created within the harmony could be due to the fact that there is another Aeon within that harmony, like bubbling there. I guess that's what I'm getting from this, and it's kind of like can come up and like dissipate within the and still have traces of it within the harmony. And that's what's probably causing that kind of corruption at the same time too. I think it's very important that like that we mentioned this too, because it was such an amazing moment. Like in terms of story writing, like I was so enamored with this. I was like, oh my god, I was so like, it was one of those moments that I wanted to get out on the ground and bow down to Welt. Like it was such a great character moment because it's Welt. He's so smart. The same as Himiko as well. Having those two around, and they never betray their characters. They're always like, either they know what to do, or they like always like have like some sort of like direction they want to go in, and it's so great. Welt in this moment, like basically said like, you keep saying the word, like he didn't say this directly, you keep saying the word they. You have already, is it truly that god that you're worshiping? And that's when they knew, okay, he got us. And they even said, like, curiosity's gonna kill that cat. But we also found out that Sunday also knew about this too, and he turned to Robin, and Robin's face was so heartbroken. But in Sunday's opinion, in Sunday's way of thinking about things, he didn't see it as bad. He saw this and went, no, like, I'm doing this for you, Robin. I'm doing this for you and all the people that are suffering. You'll understand soon, right? So all this time he was like, truly trying to cover this up and not have this like come to light. And we learned that he wanted to, that what he wants to do is resurrect an Aeon. Like resurrect the Great One from maybe the depths of the harmony, since the paths are still there. And as Himiko mentioned, this has never been done before. So like we don't know what the consequences of this will be or what the idea of this will be. And what he wants to do, the reason they want to do it is because they believe under the idea of the Order, they can create an idyllic world where there's no obligations, no suffering, no jobs, no pain, no hierarchy. But the problem is obviously there's some like hypocritical nature in that as well, because there will be a hierarchy, because what happens when someone tries to like go against that in that hierarchy? Yeah, you can boot them out, I suppose. But there is like still a hierarchy there. And he uses the term as well when he's talking about, I want to help the weak. Right? Now, I want to make it clear as well. I was talking about like orphans, someone with autism. That's what the examples are giving us. Like someone who was on life support, someone who was injured before, someone who lost a lot, like their money and all this stuff as well. All this stuff, right? I want to make it clear that I don't think Sunday, and I wasn't either, I don't think Sunday was calling these people weak directly. I don't think he's going to walk up to an orphan and go, you are weak. He doesn't, I don't think like when they say that, he's using it as a blanket term. Because he puts, he could put Firefly in there too, but like when you're faced directly with that person, you calling me weak? It's like, well, no, it's all, I feel like he's using it as an all-encompassing term for people that require, quote-unquote, some support or help, right? But instead of giving them support or help, he wants to create an idyllic world where they never have to worry about anything ever again. They never have to make choices. They never have to like suffer. But that's obviously like the opposite of what like Firefly was wanting as well. They did this really amazing thing where they did all these like different analogies with the questions, and I just thought this was so well done as well, because you could do this in any game, but the true test of this is good or not is if you were sitting there thinking about the answer and listening. I was actually listening intently. I wanted like the other characters to like give me like great insight, because I was like, what's the choices here? What can we do here? And I think they did that so well, because it's a great analogy that all fits together. The idea of if someone is able to work freely and go on their own path freely, and let's use Robin as an example. If Robin is able to go on the path of harmony, there's a chance that she would get hurt, right? And that's what he's saying here, is that if you let the bird live without any cage or any protection, they might die. The second one was like, if you let someone live freely, they might end up doing something horrible in the end. And then the last one, it's like, if you let Robin still follow the path to harmony, he truly believes that in that moment, like, that's just it's not truly the strong helping the weak in that way, because that's just a metaphor, or like a mantra, I should say. It's not something that can truly happen. And I feel like Robin relates to all of this, because I truly believe he loves Robin to death. I think he loves Robin so much, to the point that I think that like all of this is based on Robin. I think he sees Robin as like a bird he wants to protect. You know what I mean? I think he sees that as what he wants to protect. He wants nothing bad to ever happen to her. And in the process, he believes the best way to do this is to create an idyllic world where nobody suffers, where he can never feel any pain again, where all the stuff and the horrible stuff he's seen, where he mentioned he was doing those confession booths. And he was not, and this is why I think it's a bit warped as well. He was seeing like all the depravities and all the stuff that people get up to. But you have to understand, that's human nature under the watchful umbrella of religion. It's different from actual human nature. Human nature that's watched over in a guilty way from like religion is totally different from anything else. It is. Like, it's a guilt hanging over them, right? But still, he did get to see like all these depraved things, all these horrible things, and he wanted to put an end to this. And again, you could see that broken face he had when he was in that booth. I truly believe that in that booth, he was thinking to himself, man, if only I could make sure none of these guys ever do anything bad again. If only I could make sure none of these people ever have to suffer again. And again, it all trails back to the idea of Robin as well. He said that, all the pain he felt, all the stuff that he saw, it can't be, like the plight that is happening here, the plight that's happening in the world cannot be fixed by the harmony. It can't be fixed by Robin spreading the harmony, which again, I don't agree exactly with like the idea of the harmony and all the different factions. I think there's something wrong with all these factions, but I think that Robin spreading the harmony is something that she truly wanted to do. And whilst I wouldn't personally go around spreading the harmony myself, I do believe that Robin has the best of intentions if she was going around to spread the harmony around places, to actually heal people, to bring IPC supplies. I genuinely believe this. I genuinely believe that's how she feels. He believes that the Order should be able to like be the rulers and the deciders of this situation, saying that order is the opposite of predation and sacrifice. And that, but even in with this, the Order requires a sacrifice as well. So again, it's kind of like a little bit corrupted as well. And it's interesting that he sees like the Order as an opposite of like pain and suffering and stuff, I guess, as well. Which again, a lot of people do see it that way, where it's like if you have order, then you won't have people, suffering and going through pain and all this stuff and committing crimes and all this stuff too. But I just don't think humans work like that. To me personally, I never think humans, like, even if like you give them humans like if you give every human right now an equal plot of land, right, and all this stuff. By the way, that doesn't mean you shouldn't do it, by the way. I want to make that clear. Everyone deserves like equality and a right to live. Everyone deserves comfort. Everyone deserves food. I want to say that right now. But there's still going to be efforts and mother efforts in every situation. And that's, again, like I say, that's not a reason not to do it. But there will be people in every situation that will be like, well, I want more. I deserve more. That's how you get people in the world right now who are always craving more. I want more, And what's to stop people from wanting more in this situation as well? I guess it is obviously under the watchful eye of like a newly resurrected freaking Aeon. He believes that in this haven, like everyone's primal instincts will be like Did he say to be intact or to go? Maybe I forgot about that part a little bit. But he basically wants it to be the long weekends, extended long weekends. Which again, as I said, I'm talking this from the perspective of Calvin right now who's playing a game. But again, if I was someone who was like about to go on life support for and be kept alive by a machine, would I choose that? And again, it's one of those situations where, like, again, everyone deserves a happy life. Everyone deserves to be protected and to be loved and to have food and to be able to have enough of living quality to live a happy life. Just because you are in a situation where you are injured, you are hurt, you are orphaned, all this stuff doesn't mean you don't get to live a happy life. And my point always in this is that I believe that there should be things put in place to support people to help them live that happy life rather than like creating a happy life over here. What if we take the happy life and move it over here? You know, like it's, I truly believe that like that's what should happen in the world. I truly believe that. Because everyone, and again, it's people say like, oh, well, like, you know, then like, why not just give them this extra like life where they can live their happy life together? Firefly mentioned it. People deserve to make their own choice. It's not the order who gets to decide this. Yes, on an individual level, if someone likes to do this, I'm not going to shame them. If someone in the comments said I would do it, I'm not going to shame them. Not at all. Not at all. But Firefly made the point. I'm so passionate about this right now, guys. Firefly made the point. Why do you get to decide? That's once again the quote-unquote strong deciding for the quote-unquote weak. And again, I hate using the word weak to describe this, but that's what they believe. But Firefly is saying, I should get to make the choice. And we know Firefly, her story is so amazing. Someone who's trying to go against the script, someone who believes she should be able to make her own choices. She truly believes that this is the wrong way to go about things because she should get to choose her own way in life. And I totally freaking agree with her because I want her to be able to make her own decisions in life. And she's someone who has been, again, he used her condition as a way to like talk about this, the idea that she's going to fade away. And even with that, she stared him in the face and said, I'm going to make my own choices in life and everyone deserves to make their own choices. And then he said, and then the choice was given to us to tell Sunday what our choice was. And like as an analysis of Sunday's character, I stand by what I said. He's lost right now. He is lost. He has let his mind trap him in this place where he truly believes that he can end the suffering of people. And not only that, he doesn't want Robin to suffer. If anything happened to Robin, he would die. He would bawl his eyes out. He would be frustrated. He would be angry. He'd want revenge. You saw that when like he thought Robin was dead. What's the first thing that happened? The first thing we saw of him after that we learned Robin died, he nearly was spitting in the direction of Sparkle. And I think that's probably one of the reasons why he got to this point. With thinking Robin dead probably made him think, I need to put something in place to make sure this never happens again. And here's the thing. Once you're already on that track in your mind and that tunnel vision, it's hard to get off the track. It is. But I hope he does get off the track at some point. Or at least sees the other point of view, you know? But I do believe he loves Robin. I do believe he does want people to not suffer. I just think that he's on the path that probably is not the way to go about it. That's the way I look at it. Firefly's character is a character who definitely wants to live her own life and make her own choices. And she deserves that. And through that, she is the perfect counterpoint to Sunday and the perfect counter to Sunday's character. Sunday is a character who believes that choices should be made for people to tell them how to live a happy life, while Firefly is someone who is sick of having things predetermined to her. Sick of a script, to that she won't even look at it. This is the perfect person to be face to face with Sunday right now. I really, truly believe that. And it's an amazing way they did this. Truly incredible. Yeah, but Sunday said he wanted people to escape the physical sense, which he believes that's where all the pain is coming from, is the physical sense of pain. He's, as he said, the long weekends. And I think it was even was it Firefly said that the seeds of escape are in everybody. So yeah, it ended on then the idea of, with talking about Misha and how he might have some connection to this dreamscape. And that to me is what's really interesting to me is that this is a character who's very timid, very sweet, and kind of unsuspecting. But it seems like they have a bigger part to play in this whole story as well, which I'm actually very excited about. We don't know much about it, but just that the dream bubble that's left behind by Mikhail might have something to do with Misha. And that's something that's very exciting to me because, again, I love that trope. I love that. I'm not even a trope, but I love that idea, that story beat. The idea of the character who is unsuspecting actually might have a key to a lot of the very much powerful things in this world, and I love it. And I love Misha as a character. I think he's adorable, so it's going to be really interesting to see where it goes there. So I guess the crux of everything that's happening here, guys, is that we can say that the Order is trying to create a idyllic world where there's no pain and no suffering. Their god, the Great One, or the One, is it? Did we hear that? I think we've heard that before, the One, right? We've heard about something that before, right? We have. And if I've forgotten, please like just remind me, because it might be something I remember like afterwards. But and I might even ask people about it as well. But the One was a part of the Harmony and was absorbed into the Harmony, but there's still remnants of them there, and their path is still there too. And they want to resurrect this god as a way of creating this new place where nobody can suffer and there's no more survival of the fittest, and like you can actually obtain this beautiful idyllic world that they want to obtain. But obviously then we have the opposing idea, which is everyone should be able to make that decision for themselves, and everyone should be able to make that choice, and you shouldn't be the ones to decide that for people as well. You shouldn't be. I think it is a very like clouded view from like Sunday's side, and I think it's such, as I said, such an amazing thing to have someone like Firefly across the room, not debating, but having this conversation with Sunday. I think it's a really amazing thing they've done here. But yeah, that's terrifying. The idea of like, oh, it's really cool finding out all this stuff about the One and about the Harmony and about the corruption of the Harmony and about the idea of a path without a god, and the idea of like the remnants still being inside that the Harmony, which could be causing the dissonance and the corruption there. But even if that's really cool, it's also very scary, you know? Because the resurrection of a god is something that probably shouldn't happen, right? I think we'd all agree with that. It's something that never was able to happen before. But yeah, I think they set this up as a really cool story, and whatever comes next is going to be really interesting to me. And I'm actually like very like, I'm excited, but also as always nervous. And I'm really excited to see where Misha's character is going, where the Sunday and Firefly connection will go even further. What's going to happen with the stuff that now we're trying to find, the stuff with Mikhail's dream bubble with Misha, the stuff with Welt, what's going to happen with Welt and like Robin, the connection between Robin and Sunday, and that's happening as well. All this stuff. There's so many different things. The Dream Master, where's Acheron playing to all of this as well? There's so many little things that I feel like are going to go on here. Don Hung and Boot Hill, Black Swan and Acheron, all those characters together. There's so much that's leading to something massive here, it feels like. And I'm so excited to see what that is. I'm so excited. With that, guys, I'm going to say thank you so much for watching this episode. Thank you so much for supporting me and all of the times that you do support me. This has been incredible. Love this game a lot. And with that, I'm going to say thank you so much to the Never Can Repay, the Baby Gangsters here on Patreon, for being so awesome. If I can get it up here, you lovely people. And my YouTube members at the highest tier as well, by the way, which is also the same tier on YouTube. And that's Tyfire2, Jamie Bull, Johnny Banana, The Ghost of Nizuma, Felicius Felix, Ewald, Radish, Anusta, Lynx Markey, Assassin, True Peanut Butter, Peter Selson, Leon, High Kasperian, Jared Beanham, and at the highest tier on my YouTube, Royal Grim 7, Blasco, and Lucinagi. And I'll see you all so soon. Bye-bye.